Chapter 881. Chen Shang walked around the forest, looking for some rare demon beasts to hunt. All the good demon beasts had treasures on them, so the flesh and blood beast pills used to refine medicine were pretty good. It's another lousy wild boar. I've never seen a beast in its human form before. Chen Shang had just killed a profound beast. Just as Chen Shang was planning to roast the pig, Long Shui suddenly spoke out. There are a few people approaching, looks like they are quite strong, and have the chi of the evil demon on them. Demon realm and devil realm had many experts hidden inside the city, all because of the heaven-earth killing method. That's good as well. If others find out that I'm in this forest, those who lied to the Feng clan will find it easier to believe. Chen Shang calculated in his mind before he continued to handle the wild boar, waiting for those people to come over. Long Shui's heaven tour method could sense from very far away. Chen Shang had already eaten the wild boar that was of the profound beast rank. The few evil demons had not come yet, but they were already very close. These guys are really slow. Long Shui snorted. They seem to have caught a person. When Chen Shang was full, he leaned against a tree and rested, waiting for the evil demons to come. Not long after, those evil demons discovered him and were extremely vigilant. They were a few extremely bewitching-looking men, but they were also bringing along a cute little girl around 12 to 13 years old. This little girl's mouth was covered by a cloth, and her hands were adorned with special iron chains. This girl is a human, this group of damned evil demon. Chen Shang was slightly angered. These are 5 demonic wolves. To be able to turn out to be such a person, it seems that they are of extraordinary background and have quite a high position within the demon realm. Long Shui said. Seeing Chen Shang, the tall man in the lead quickly took out a bounty slip and compared it with it. The more he looked, the more excited he became. This guy is Chen Shang. The man said softly and carefully, then winked at the people around him. Capture him alive, get him to hand over the blade, and then throw him over to White Sea Imperial Land and the others in exchange for the relived Dan. The man in the lead said excitedly. Medicinal pills were very useful to the evil demon in her, but they were lacking these things too. This was because they didn't know how to refine pills at all, at most they only knew how to concoct some medicinal liquid. Shua, the tree that Chen Shang was leaning on suddenly turned into dust. These wolf demons were very strong. When they attacked together, they could actually release such a terrifying power. Chen Shang didn't pretend to be sleeping now either. He stood up abruptly and scanned the 5 slender and tender skin and the beautiful wolf demons. It was very difficult to associate them with the wolf demons. What are you doing? Chen Shang said coldly. You are Chen Shang, right? As long as we catch you, we can get 50 relived Dan. What do you think we should do? The leading man laughed loudly. Chen Zhang's fists condensed the power of devil-suppressing holy power which was especially used to restrain demons. However, when the wolf demons saw that he wanted to resist, they sneered and looked at him as if he was an idiot. You foolish human, don't you know who the 5 of us are? He held a blood-red scimitar in his hand. The scimitar was filled with a bloody aura and it looked as if it was refined with blood. I really don't know, but you guys know that I'm Chen Shang, right? I am much more famous than you all. Chen Shang actually started laughing. Ignorant fool, you just asked around in Dan City and found out that we are 5 sons of Wolf King of the Blood Wolf demonic clan. It would not be wrong for you to fall into our hands. Chen Shang laughed and said, so it's a pack of wolf cubs. No wonder they look so similar. However, you guys don't have the temperament of wolves at all. You insulting our 5 sons of Wolf King is equivalent to insulting the entire Blood Wolf demonic clan. However, since you can exchange for 50 relived Dan, we won't kill you. The man in the lead should be his big brother, but he was actually very calm. Is the Blood Wolf demonic clan powerful? Was the Blood Wolf King very strong? How come I've never heard of it? Chen Shang had indeed not heard of it, but the Blood Wolf King was a very powerful existence and was very famous in Pill City. The Blood 5 Sons of Wolf King was a famous figure in the demon realm. They possessed the pure blood of the Blood Wolves and were both people who had endured the 5 Nirvana tribulations at a young age. If the 5 of them joined forces, the Heavenly Sons and Heavenly Maiden would be defeated by them. Do you see that girl over there? She is the youngest daughter of the Qin clan's patriarch. We jointly snatched her from the hands of the Qin Sun and Heavenly Maiden. A wolf demon said proudly. Chen Shang let out an, oh, and wasn't scared in the slightest. He said lightly, you guys are only so-so, you 5 made your move, don't you know that I single-handedly exterminated the Feng clan's son of heaven and heavenly girl? Feng clan and the Son of Heaven in White Sea Imperial Land were also killed by me alone. Quote. I feel that killing you 5 wolf-headed monsters is about the same as pressing 5 ants to death, but don't worry, I won't kill you. I will let you go back alive and cry in front of your old man, Wolf King. Is there something wrong with your head? Don't be too arrogant, when you face those bullshitty heavenly maiden, it's just that they're weak. Our blood wolf demonic clan does not even put those weeds in our eyes. The big brother of the wolf demon said lightly, hand over your immortal saber, I just happen to be lacking a powerful weapon. Chen Shang sighed. I do want to take out my blade to deal with you all, but that blade has a spirit, it was afraid that your blood would dirty it, and refused to come out no matter what. Go to hell. The big brother of the 5 sons of Wolf King was enraged, he slashed towards Chen Shang, the blood-red curved blade swung down, the entire world seemed to have become red, the blood chi was filled with red, it was as though he was trapped in a blood space. The blood-red scimitar chopped out a huge arc of air, bringing with it a terrifying force as it flashed past. Chen Shang lowered his head and dodged the blood-colored arc that flew past. The blood-colored arc became even larger, and all the large trees in the forest were sliced into pieces like grass. The trees that had been cut down slowly melted, turning into a bloody mist that scattered into the forest. Even the roots could not avoid it. These guys really have some skill. Chen Shang was secretly surprised, but the more dense the demonic chi the opponent had, the more he would be afraid of the evil killing techniques. Haha, you must know your place now, let's attack together. In order to catch Chen Shang, they didn't care that much. Chen Shang still did not take out his green dragon demon slain broadsword. He felt that against such a fellow, using his devil-suppressing mirror would be enough. Chapter 882. The devil-suppressing mirror was also a powerful treasure refined by the devil-suppressing heavenly Venerable. When Chen Shang held it in his hand, the mirror quickly absorbed the devil-suppressing holy power that he had condensed. Before, when he used the devil-suppressing chi, this devil-suppressing mirror was already very powerful, but now that he used it, its power was even more terrifying. The dense devil-suppressing holy power fiercely rushed into the devil-suppressing mirror, while the 5 sons of Wolf King had already hacked out countless of blood-colored chi blades that carried evil chi. Chen Shang groaned, the devil-suppressing holy power released a layer of golden light which enveloped his body, and when the blood-red energy blades hit his body, they were completely useless. This caused the 5 sons of Wolf King to be extremely shocked. No one had ever been hit by a terrifying blood wolf like them, not even a single hair was missing. Even some powerful old fellows didn't dare to stand there and face it head-on. The 5 sons of Wolf King did not believe what they were seeing, as they all hacked out streaks after streaks of blood-red energy blades. In an instant, the blood-colored energy blades that filled the sky rushed towards Chen Shang like a storm, enveloping him within, making people feel like they were in a blood-colored purgatory. A golden multicolored light suddenly flashed from Chen Zhang's body, and those blades of air were instantly extinguished by the divine devil-suppressing holy power, disappearing completely. The devil-suppressing mirror in his hands shone with a golden light. The 5 sons of Wolf King felt that the aura was extremely scorching, and when the golden light shone onto their bodies, they felt as if their bodies were being scorched. It was extremely painful. Just this devil-suppressing mirror already had such a great killing power. If he used that holy devil-suppressing seal, wouldn't that be able to suppress the 5 sons of Wolf King to death? That holy devil-suppressing seal was his trump card against demons, he did not want others to know about it yet. Moreover, against this 5 sons of Wolf King, he did not need that precious treasure. Didn't you just say you were very powerful? Chen Shang took his devil-suppressing mirror and walked towards 5 sons of Wolf King, the mirror in his hand shone with a golden light, it looked like a divine being capable of defeating demons. What exactly is this thing? Ah, hurry up and leave. You want to leave? Chen Shang laughed coldly, he activated the devil-suppressing mirror and shot out a ray of golden light, which turned into a golden rope and tied up the entire 5 sons of Wolf King. Then, he used the devil-suppressing chi array to create a few fist formations and sealed all the energy in 5 sons of Wolf King's body. Bastard, you actually used such a powerful demonic cultivation technique to deal with us. All of 5 sons of Wolf King were lying on the ground, suppressed by a golden-colored chi formation. Let alone the devil-suppressing holy power, even the devil-suppressing chi array that was released from the devil-suppressing chi had a very strong killing power towards these demons. Chen Shang laughed loudly, don't you know that I have long learned the 10th floor of the devil-subduing method? If I were to use it on you guys, I wonder what would happen. Quote. He was originally only talking about it, but now he really did it. He punched Big Bro on the shoulder. Pa 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 pa, 10 explosions rang out. 5 sons of Wolf King's big brother's arm turned into golden dust along with the explosion. Hee hee, I thought you guys were very powerful. It's only so-so, Chen Shang mocked. Seeing his sinister face, 5 sons of Wolf King trembled. Chen Shang took out many utensils, then began to bleed the 5 sons of Wolf King. I originally wanted to find some powerful demonic beast's blood here to refine pills, but I was unable to find it after a long time. However, you guys have delivered it to my doorstep. My luck is quite good. The blood of the Blood Wolf demonic clan should be pretty good. Chen Shang said while smiling. My king will not let you off. That is a matter of the future. I have stirred up a lot of enemies, and your wolf-headed old man is not lacking either. Chen Shang drained a wolf demon's blood. After that, he continued to draw the other 4 cores. After he finished drawing, he even took out the cores of these evil demons, which were equivalent to a human's dantian. The energy inside them was the purest. The Blood Wolf demonic clan will definitely not let you go, you have destroyed us. 5 sons of Wolf King's voice was filled with hatred. Their demon cores had been taken away, so in order to recover their strength, they had to start from the start. Hey, don't forget that you provoked me first. It was just that you underestimated my strength, so you ended up like this. If I fell into your hands, I might end up in a worse state than you guys, right? Chen Shang said with a smile, then walked towards the little girl who was not far away. Previously, she had personally witnessed just how powerful this 5 sons of Wolf King was and how many experts of her Qin family were suppressed by him. Then, he had kidnapped her and used her as a hostage to threaten the Qin family. Little girl, what's your name? Chen Shang released the little girl. Qin Keluo. She was extremely afraid of Chen Shang. It was not like she had never heard of Chen Zhang's evil reputation before, being able to kill the Heaven's Son alone, the fierce guy who killed the Heaven's Woman, and the one who was least afraid of these ancient powers. I'll send you back. Next time, you have to be more careful. Don't run around. Chen Shang laughed. Thank you big brother. Now that she was saved, she was obviously very happy. Although the person who saved her was the legendary Great Demon King, when she saw Chen Shang himself, she felt that he was not really like the rumors saying he was. She felt that Chen Shang was a good person. Don't be afraid, I'm a good person. Chen Shang smiled very gently. No matter how he looked at it, he didn't seem like a good person. Moreover, people who called themselves a good person were usually not good people. He pulled the cute and innocent little girl away from this place that was filled with blood. 5 sons of Wolf King was not dead yet, their bodies were very strong, and they had some power to recover themselves. After a while, they would be able to stand up and walk back, but they had no power. Walking out of the forest, Chen Shang encountered the people from the Qin clan, as well as the Heavenly Son and Heavenly Maiden of the Qin clan. Chen Shang let go of Qin Keluo's small hand and let her return to his side. However, he was surrounded by the people from the Qin family. I remember that my Qin family did not have any issues. If you all want to treat me like how Feng clan and herself treat me, I will definitely let you all go to the end. Chen Shang was very calm at the moment. Although there were a few elders surrounding him, he was not afraid at all. He was the one who saved me from the 5 sons of Wolf King. Qin Keluo hurriedly said, don't capture him. He's a good person. I asked young Master Shen to come with us. You have saved our Miss Kiro, we should repay you well. A slightly plump middle-aged man said so, but his attitude was not so friendly. Chen Shang saved Qin Kiro, and this was what Qin Kiro had said himself. The Qin family was very worried. The patriarch of the Qin family had already arrived, and there were still a few old men who had not died yet. Currently, there were still many people from the Qin family searching the forest. Forget it, this is just a small matter. That 5 sons of Wolf King provoked me first, I will cripple them and then casually save that little girl. There is no need to repay me. Chen Shang waved his hand and was about to leave. However, the Qin family did not move aside and continued to surround him. Chapter 883. Chen Shang was slightly angry. He had saved the Qin family patriarch's daughter, but now these old fellows actually treated him like this. They actually wanted to capture him. In the eyes of these old fellows, he was a treasure. He had the Taiji dragon suppressed Kung Fu and the powerful Immortal blade on him, and if he gave them to the Feng clan or to the White Sea Imperial land, he would get 50 relived Dan. How could they let Chen Shang go? No matter what, he had to make Chen Shang stay. But Chen Shang had to leave. He had planned to swindle the Feng clan's relived Dan away, and he definitely could not be delayed. Sis, why didn't you let him go? Qin Keluo quietly asked Qin Yao, but everyone could hear her. At this time, even if they were children, they could see the enmity on the faces of the Qin warriors who were surrounding Chen Shang. Qin Yao didn't reply. What the Qin clan was doing was extremely inappropriate. If word of this got out, it would definitely affect their reputation. Let him go, he saved me. She knew that the elders were very strong, so she was somewhat worried that a conflict might break out later. You can't be so ungrateful. Qin Ko-ru was a little angry, creasing her eyebrows and shouting. This made those experts turn red with embarrassment. Chen Zhang's face was sneering, his fists clenched tight, ready to fight at any moment. If you guys want to fight, then just do it. You Tong Tian aristocratic family are a small marten, it's normal for you guys to do such a thing, right? Humph, you can leave now. An elder snorted and stepped aside. Big sister, he risked his life to save me, so why would the elders treat him like this? Didn't Grandpa teach us to repay our kindness? It was one thing for them to not pay him, but they still wanted to capture him and exchange him for a relived Dan. Is our Qin family's elder so lacking in relived Dan? Qin Keluo held onto Qin Yao's hand as she whispered. 50 relived Dan-s was still worth a lot, but Chen Zhang's Taiji dragon suppressed Kung Fu and that blade was what these old fellows coveted the most. Chen Shang swaggered away, but he did not relax his vigilance. Although Qin Keluo was innocent, those old fellows were not so. He had long seen the shamelessness of White Sea Imperial Land and Feng clan, and felt that there was not much difference between them and the Qin family. The allure of the immortal saber was too great, it was enough for many people to snatch it without a care for their own safety. Chen Shang walked into the forest. An old man gave the two old men a meaningful glance, and then signaled Qin Yao to bring Qin Kiro away. Qin Yao frowned. As a daughter of the Qin clan, and also the daughter of the Qin clan head, she might inherit that position in the future. The son of the Qin clan lord was her cousin, and these elders were all members of the son of the Qin clan. Elders, this isn't appropriate. Qin Yao had already made up her mind to not provoke Chen Shang in the future when she saw Chen Shang brutally killing the Feng clan Sky Maiden. Now, she understood why the Peach Blossom Sky Lady wanted to befriend Chen Shang with all her might. However, even Mu Jialan had not left a good impression on him, because Chen Shang hated these ancient powers to the core. You don't have to worry about this matter. You just have to bring her back, and the consequences will be our responsibility. Chen Shang must be taken care of. By capturing Chen Shang and taking the immortal saber, he would be able to consolidate his position in the Qin family. He knew that Qin Yao was not weaker than him, and she was also the daughter of the current patriarch of the Qin family. In the future, she would have a much higher possibility of becoming patriarch. Then why did you let him go just now? Qin Yao coldly laughed. The cute and beautiful little girl, Qin Keluo, was currently looking at them with a look of disgust. You are even more detestable than the 5 sons of Wolf King. I will ignore you in the future. You do not deserve the bloodline of the Qin family. Qin Yao held onto Qin Ko-ru's little hand and sighed lightly. K-ru, let's go back and tell father to stop them as soon as possible. Qin Meng ignored Qin Yao and the others, and followed the few elders into the forest. He followed behind Chen Shang, and they knew that this matter would definitely not spread out, because the patriarch of the Qin clan would definitely not let this matter, which would discredit the Qin clan, get leaked. This group of bastards really did catch up to me. That little girl Qin Yao is really kind. I really want to take her as my female slave. Hiding in a big tree, Chen Shang used the heaven tour method to witness their conversation. These ancient powers are truly plentiful in scheming. However, this is the only way to deal with them. Otherwise, how could one suppress a great power? Su Meiyao chuckled. Don't be too many female slaves, it's enough to have Jimexian. But a little scoundrel like you, although you only want to keep female slaves in your name, you have a belly full of evil tricks. My true female slaves are only Jimexian. Little Flower Demon and Warm Moon have done it on their own, and do you think that they look like female slaves? Chen Shang said as he took out the death-haunting arrow. After the death-haunting arrow was refined by Lu Menger and Dongfang Xinyue together, with the increase of Chen Zhang's strength, in addition to the magical corruption gas that caused the 3 realms to tremble in fear, it had become a true death-haunting arrow. There were a lot of compressed magical corruption gas in his body, and every time it came out, it would kill him with just 1 ray, which was enough for him to use for a long time. Furthermore, he planned to go to the demon and devil sinkhole to gather more magical corruption gas. What about the little bastard? With the aura here, where did you run off to? An old man looked at the footprints on the ground that suddenly disappeared, looking around, searching for Chen Zhang's tracks. Chen Shang had purposely left his presence there as bait, allowing the 5 elders and Qin Kuang to catch up. Chen Shang has been on the run for a long time, and has been chased and killed by strong warriors many times. However, he was always able to escape successfully, so elders, you have to be careful. Qin Meng said solemnly. These few clan elders had just experienced Chen Zhang's excellent escaping techniques. If these guys had listened to that little girl, they wouldn't have died. They would have deserved to die. Chen Shang took a deep breath and locked onto the 6 people in the forest, summoning his death-haunting arrow. Swoosh! In the blink of an eye, it had already struck the bodies of the 6 people, but it did not pierce through their bodies. This was because they had powerful protective armor on their bodies, but after the magical corruption gas released them, it turned into a colorless breeze that entered their bodies through their skin and noses. The moment the 6 of them sensed a sneak attack, they immediately activated the innate chi in their bodies. With the movement of the innate chi, the magical corruption gas immediately swallowed the innate chi, strengthening the poison and spreading it all over the bodies of these people. The people of the Qin family were all experts. They quickly discovered that there was something strange within their bodies. After inspecting it, their expressions all changed. It was because they discovered that they had been poisoned by a very powerful poison. At this time, they couldn't care so much. They immediately channeled a large amount of innate chi in their bodies to suppress the poison, and at the same time, to prevent it from devouring them. They all took out high-level antidote pills to consume, but to no avail. Instead, they made the poison even stronger. It's the magical corruption gas. Chen Shang, you are fighting against the heaven and earth 3 realms. Sooner or later, you will be hunted down by the 9 heavens and 10 realms. An old man's voice trembled as he broke out in a cold sweat. Chapter 884. Magical corruption gas were super old poison, how could ancient powers like them not know about it? They knew they were going to die. They also understood why so many rankers and people who made a move on Chen Shang died in such a baffling manner. It turned out that Chen Shang could control magical corruption gases. Thinking about this, the faces of these experts were full of fear. If they wanted to defend against this kind of magical corruption gas and still manage to escape, they would have to at least have the strength of an immortal. Chen Zhang's face darkened as he slowly walked over. If I don't use this thing to protect myself, I only have one outcome, and that is death. The reason why I did this, is because you forced me. I have no enmity with you, and I saved your Qin family, but you want to capture me and take away my immortal saber. If it was you guys, you would definitely retaliate, right? Quote. We just wanted to invite you to the Qin family, but you. Chen Shang was enraged. He rushed over and ruthlessly slapped Qin Meng, and even a few of his teeth were knocked off. Earlier, you guys were speaking outside. I heard everything clearly, don't even think about acting cocky in front of me. You were right, you are a group of ungrateful bastards, the same kind as the 5 sons of Wolf King. It's fine if you don't pay me, but you want to capture me. Quote. These people were all like puppets now, and could only watch as Chen Zhang's palm came at them, without being able to retaliate at all. Chen Shang, you will definitely die a horrible death, using such a despicable method. Pa! Chen Shang used the devil-subduing method and slapped the old man hard, causing the bones on his face to cave in. Old bastard, you dare to say such a despicable thing in front of me. I saved that little girl, yet you all didn't even respond to thank me and even sent so many people with cultivation stronger than mine to capture me. You actually fucking have the nerve to mention despicable things to me. If you don't care about face, I'll help you smash it up. Chen Zhang's palms flew together as he used the devil-subduing method. Pa pa pa, he crazily slapped the old man's face until blood and flesh flew everywhere. His 5 senses were all squeezed together and it was an appalling scene. The sight left a lingering fear in the hearts of the others. They were already about to die, yet they were being tortured so miserably. After dying, they would even be turned into minced meat by the magical corruption gas. Death was not scary, but this kind of death made them feel incomparable fear. But none of them dared to resist, otherwise, the magical corruption gas inside their bodies would immediately explode, and at that time, they would die. No matter what, they would die, but they would rather live for a little longer, and hope for a miracle to happen. The Qin family is here, hurry up and make a move. Long Shui reminded Chen Shang. In order to ensure that he would not be discovered when he was using the magical corruption gas, she used the Heaven Tour method to cover a 100-mile radius. Whatever Chen Shang did, he would first erase their souls, and then release an intense flame. After smashing them into powder, he would finally suck the remaining magical corruption gas into his body. This time, he did not want to cut off these people's heads. He did not plan to form a feud with the Qin family. If the patriarch of the Qin family gave him the chance to save Qin Kello, then he would no longer have to worry about the Qin family. Although these people would suspect him if they went missing, he refused to admit it. After all, the 5 sons of Wolf King was destroyed by him here, so it was normal for the Blood Wolf demonic clan experts to come here. The news of Chen Shang appearing in this forest quickly spread to Dan City. It was unknown who spread it, saying that he had saved Qin Kelluo, and even crippled the rampant 5 sons of Wolf King. He was currently being chased inside the forest by the Blood Wolf King and a large group of Blood Wolf demons. Chen Shang is indeed fearless, and the strength of the Blood Wolf King is even more terrifying. It is said that the Blood Wolf King is one of the top experts in the demon realm, and had just killed 2 of the Qin family's old antiques. Now that Chen Shang has pulled out his 5 sons' tendons and skinned them, and taken the most important innate demonic pellet, the Blood Wolf King is probably going to go crazy. This Chen Zhang's power is too terrifying, he's definitely a 5 sons of Wolf King. With the 5 wolves working together, even a Nirvana stage who had gone through 8 tribulations would have a headache. He actually got his spirit demon core taken and crawled away like a drowning dog. Chen Shang obviously let them go on purpose. This is obviously provoking the Blood Wolf demonic clan. I wonder if the Blood Wolf demonic clan will go to the super martial school to cause trouble. At that time, if we anger Huang Jintian, it will be a good show. Quote. Pill City was in an uproar because the 5 sons of Wolf King was too famous. It was said that they had caused a lot of trouble in the east and an ancient power that had just been born had been massacred by the Blood Wolf demonic clan. The Blood Wolf demonic clan was actually one of the ancient demon clan members. The wolf blood in their bodies was extremely strong, and they had all used bloodlust to raise their strength, but after all these years, the Blood Wolf demonic clan was not killed in the demon realm, showing just how strong their survivability was. On top of a tall tower, Madame Peach Blossom was a mature and beautiful woman with an outstanding temperament. As Yao Shumai listened to the people on the streets discussing, he sighed lightly. It seems like it will be difficult to find Chen Shang now. Mother, how do you plan to handle this matter with Chen Shang? He has killed Jing Xingliang and the great clan elder will not let this matter rest. Mu Jialan stood behind Yao Shumai. The 2 of them were dressed in white gowns with peach blossoms embroidered on them. They didn't look like mother and daughter, but rather like a pair of sisters with their own charms. This pair of peerless mother and daughter stood together, appearing very eye-catching. I don't know yet, but I have to talk to him. When I was in Ancient Spirit Great Land, he helped me before, and he is a person worthy of befriending. The consequences of being enemies with him are now known to all, but the ancient powers will not let this matter rest. Yao Shumai looked at the sky in the distance, and spoke with a sorrowful tone. Right now, many ancient powers have confirmed that his blade is a teleporting green dragon demon slain broadsword. Mu Jialan was immediately stunned, her mouth slightly opened, her face full of astonishment. One of the 5 ancient divine weapons, the green dragon demon slain broadsword was supposedly refined with the help of the Azure Dragon. Mu Jialan took a few deep breaths. She could see how Chen Shang was being hunted by the various ancient powers not long after. I'm afraid that the demon realm and the devil realm would have thought of green dragon demon slain broadsword the most. Back then, the 10 heavens supreme lord used this divine blade to suppress the 9 heavens and 10 earth, opening up the 10th day, and the one who suffered the most losses was the demon. Yao Shumai stood by the window, the gentle wind blew through her hair. She was the owner of the Peach Blossom Imperial land now. She had to decide whether or not she would agree to apprehend Chen Shang and seize the divine blade. Li Renshin grasped the heaven-earth killing method. Chen Shang possessed the green dragon demon slain broadsword. All of these are things that the 10 heavens supreme lord used to unify the world. Li Renshin went missing, yet the green dragon demon slain broadsword appeared. The old fellow that gathered here did not come for nothing. Chen Shang is currently in big trouble. Mu Jialan frowned. Although Chen Shang had threatened to take her as his female slave, she couldn't help but worry for him. Chapter 885. As Chen Shang hid in the mountain forest, he didn't know that his green dragon demon slain broadswords were of great origins. Not only was it related to the Azure Dragon, it was also actually related to the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord. Long Shui activated Heaven Tour method and went to the faraway Pill City that was more than 700 kilometers away, to look for Ji Meixian. Because Chen Shang was already prepared to go and cheat at Feng Clan. Ji Meixian was still living in the tower. When she came in contact with Long Shui's divine intent, she anxiously replied, "Make Chen Shang hide himself, and don't carry out that plan of tricking the relived Dan. Before long, hundreds of ancient powers leaders will head to the forest to find him, and the Devil Realm and Demon Realms experts will also come, so this time, there are more people than last time." Ah, why? Chen Shang only killed a few little wolves. Is the Blood Wolf demonic clan that powerful? Long Shui did not understand. It's not because of that matter, it's because the Green Dragon Demon Slain Broadsword was used by the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord back then, and they are of the same kind as the Heaven-Earth killing method. The demons are afraid that if they were to land in the hands of a human rancor, it would cause them great harm, so they came to take the blade away and seal it. Ji Meixian hurriedly explained, and then urged again, "Let him quickly hide." Long Shui immediately told Chen Shang, "Damn it, the Green Dragon Demon Slain Broadsword is actually connected to the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord, this is going to be troublesome." Chen Shang paced back and forth inside the cave. It's not good to be related to anyone, yet I have to get entangled with the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord. This is going to be troublesome. Because of the appearance of the Heaven-Earth killing method, Pill City had gathered a large number of experts from ancient powers. This time, it was even more shocking than last time. "Little maid, you should spread the news about the Green Dragon Demon Slain Broadsword. It would be best for you to let the people of the 3 realms know of it, and the more people there are, the more chaotic it will be. I can then take advantage of the chaos and tell them about the affairs of the super old sacred land." Chen Shang suddenly thought of an idea. The best would be for them to know that my Green Dragon Demon Slain Broadsword is related to the super old sacred land. Back then when Chen Shang obtained the Divine Blade, he had a conflict with the Beast Martial School. This matter could be investigated, so it couldn't be said that the super old sacred land found it. Humph. Ji Meixian was extremely unaccustomed to being addressed as Little Maid. How are you going to make them believe that the Green Dragon Demon Slain Broadsword is related to the super old sacred land? How are they supposed to believe in the existence of the super old sacred land? Don't worry, if the Green Dragon Demon Slain Broadsword's matter is confirmed, many people will believe these rumors. At that time, I will guide them into the Bloody Thunder Mountain Sea and look for the super old sacred land. You can spread the news regarding the super old sacred land after the Green Dragon Demon Slain Broadswords have been spread. Chen Shang had already planned to make the super old sacred land lively, but he could not let Lan Kang know about this. In the depths of super old sacred land, there were many dangers. Lan Kang had said before, that even if he wasn't sealed, he wouldn't dare to casually enter it. Even the old fellow who sealed him hadn't come out yet. Chen Shang planned to bring this group of people, who had ideas against him, to the super old sacred land. He started to lay down some things specifically to lure the rancors from the ancient powers. After more than 2 hours, he took out his Luotian gate and headed towards the city near the Bloody Thunder Mountain Sea. The plan to defraud the relived Dan has been temporarily stopped. In the future, there will be more forces to be swindled by me and it will even be a higher bounty. Chen Shang chuckled, took out the Luotian gate and opened a spatial door, coming to a city near the Bloody Thunder Mountain Sea. If the news of him possessing a Green Dragon Demon Slain Broadsword were to spread, his bounty would be even higher. He had only walked for 4 hours when a large group of people arrived, covering the sky and covering the earth like a swarm of locusts. Not only the people from the ancient powers, many of the people from the Pill City had come to watch the commotion. When this group of people arrived, the mountain forest had turned into something like a chicken whose feathers had just been plucked off. The originally lush and verdant mountain forest had now turned into a wasteland. Putting them together, it could be seen that it was a map and a piece of paper that depicted ancient spirit grains. However, because the depiction was a bit rough, it was torn, but it was not difficult to tell that the depiction on the map was Bloody Thunder Mountain Sea. The super old sacred land was the center of the 10th heaven all those years ago. These spirit grain looked to be much older than ours. Could it be that the spirit grain is from his blade? An old man said as he frowned. He was a spirit grain grandmaster from an ancient faction. These did not seem to be spirit grains, but spirit characters. The fusion of a spirit grain and a word, this. The spirit grain grandmaster's old eyes stared wide, his hands trembling around the piece of paper that had been pieced together. Elder Huo, what kind of information does these spirit grain contain? A middle-aged man hastily asked. At this moment, many experts gathered around this old man, waiting for his answer. This is indeed a spirit character. It is a special kind of spirit grain that can produce a strong power. At the same time, it can record things. It's very likely to be a message from the green dragon demon slain broadsword. The words are from the time of the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord. Elder Huo looked carefully. These words were indeed called the spirit character. Lu Meng'er and Dongfang Xinyue had cracked it from the spirit grain's array formation that day, and the array indicated that there was something hidden in the center of the Bloody Thunder Mountain Sea. What Chen Shang left behind was only pointing to the center of the Bloody Thunder Mountain Sea. It did not contain the details inside the super old sacred land, but it was enough to make these old fellows suspicious. Ji Meixian had also followed along. She was the one who had secretly leaked the news. The ancient powers initially wanted to keep the green dragon demon slain broadsword matter a secret, and only they could keep it a secret, but now, the entire Pill City knew about it, and it wouldn't be long before the news regarding the green dragon demon slain broadsword would spread throughout this new world. I once investigated some of Chen Zhang's matters and he had once gone to the Bloody Thunder Mountain Sea. At that time, he even obtained a spatial origin orb and I remember Dongfang Xinyue and Lu Meng'er following him. At that time, Dongfang Xinyue was heavily injured and he even gave Dongfang Xinyue a eternal dan. An old man said. This man was Dongfang Lingyun, the one who caused him to lose his reputation the other day. I have been to this super old sacred land once, but there is only a forest in the middle. Could it be that there is a hidden profound realm? A person said. The center of Bloody Thunder Mountain Sea was the super old sacred land. It was said that it was like this, but no one knew the exact details. Ji Meixian sighed in her heart. She knew that of the many experts here, more than half would die once they entered the mysterious super old sacred land, especially when they just entered. That Lan Kang would probably kill a large group of them. She had sensed the strength of the blue dragon with her spiritual sense earlier. It was indeed a terrifying dragon that had its strength sealed. Chapter 886. Before, there weren't many people who knew of green dragon demon slain broadsword, so Chen Shang had always been using it without restraint. When Chen Shang went to the city outside of Bloody Thunder Mountain Sea, he found the businesses of White Sea Imperial Land and Feng Clan. Their businesses here was mainly to collect the materials from precious demon beasts or to refine and arrange formations. Once he arrived here, he would plunder all of White Sea Imperial Lands and Feng Clan's stores, letting this matter spread. After that, along with Ji Meixian spreading some rumors, those old fellows would definitely think that he was going to super old sacred land. With that group of old people from the ancient powers, it would not be difficult for them to open a spatial gate in the middle of the Bloody Thunder Mountain Sea. Brother Lan, I believe you have already merged with the Thunder Soul, unsealed it, and recovered your strength. I'll send some people in to help you train. Chen Shang laughed. The commotion that Chen Shang caused in the city was not small. Both the White Sea Imperial Land and the Feng Clan were extremely famous forces, yet Chen Shang still did not let them off even after killing their heavenly daughter and son. However, in the eyes of those old fellows, it was different. The things that Chen Shang had snatched away were all related to setting up a formation. The experts of the ancient powers were still gathered in Dan City. They did not head to Bloody Thunder Mountain Sea, they still had to confirm some things. Luckily, the ancient forces of Continent of the King, the human royal family was here. At this time, Ji Meixian spread a rumor that the Bloody Thunder Mountain Sea was a weak point in space that allowed him to enter a mysterious holy realm, and that there was a powerful blue dragon guarding that place. Chen Shang had gone there many times before, but he had always returned with heavy injuries. The rumors she released were half true and half false, causing people to be skeptical. On the other hand, the experts from the ancient powers were all waiting for the human royal family to respond. If the super old sacred land really did exist, they would definitely investigate to the very end. At first, the human royal family denied it, but later on they were worried that those old fellows would go and investigate, so they changed their words and admitted that the center of the Bloody Thunder Mountain Sea was indeed a weak point in space. From there, they could easily open a crack in space and enter the mysterious super old sacred land. As for what was inside the super old sacred land, even the human royal family did not know. They admitted it, because they wanted to tell those strong warriors that it was a fearsome place, and entering the depths of the super old sacred land was a place where there was a high chance of death. Since ancient times, there have been many extraordinary experts that entered, but they have never come out. However, the more it was like this, the more curious those old fellows were. Especially those from ancient powers like them. Super old sacred land was once the center of the 10th heaven in a mysterious place. During the primordial era, the 10th heaven separated from the rest of the world for some reason. As Chen Shang hid within the city, he felt waves and waves of people using the powerful ancient transmission array to travel in one direction to arrive in this city. Since he had already achieved his goal, he did not dare to stay in this city for too long and quietly left. If these ancient factions were to use some sort of deduction technique to figure out where he was, then he would be in trouble. Deep into the night, although it was raining in Pill City, the streets were still bustling with noise and excitement. Chen Shang quickly returned after tricking the old fellow who was gathered here into entering the super old sacred land. Ji Meixian was originally resting, but then she suddenly sensed that Chen Shang had appeared in the city, and was heading straight for her, so she immediately tidied up and waited for her master. Chen Shang turned into a black butterfly, flew in from the window, and then changed back into human form. This scene caused Ji Meixian to be secretly shocked. She now understood why Chen Shang was always so elusive. This ability was truly brilliant. She suddenly thought of something. Transformation techniques. This is one of the sacred arts of the Imperial Dragon race. You actually know it. Ji Meixian suddenly thought of something extremely terrifying. It was something related to the divine way. Only those who could cultivate Fa Li would be able to use the art of change. She had heard of this before in the Imperial Feather race. My beautiful little maid, you have to call me master. Chen Shang laughed. Ji Meixian was very unhappy. No matter what, she was still Zhen Su Meiyao's senior, but now, she was bullied to this extent by a little kid. Yes, master. Ji Meixian was extremely cooperative, as she had already established a slave contract with Chen Shang. This is not a good place to talk, let's go. Chen Shang brought Ji Meixian and left Pill City in the dark night, arriving at a large mountain several hundred kilometers away from the city. Originally, I planned on swindling the relived Dan of Feng clan and the White Sea Imperial land, but with the current situation, I am afraid it will be difficult to obtain them. Once they know where I am, those immortals must definitely help me. Chen Shang said. Of course, there are 10 great Nirvana stage cultivators hidden in the White Sea Imperial land. When they become immortals, there will be 2 of them who will go to the super old sacred land. Ji Meixian nodded. It's best if you hide for a while. Chen Shang rubbed his chin. If he wanted to hide, no one would be able to find him. Even if they knew where he was hiding, no one would dare to go look for him. He had never been afraid of being hunted by the experts from the ancient powers. He just wanted to increase his strength as soon as possible and collect all the heaven-earth killing methods first. Right now, he had only learned a little of the ground killing, but he had benefited greatly from it. Tell me about the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord and the heaven-earth killing method. Chen Shang wanted to get to know him better before heading to Emperor's tomb. Back then, when I was in Heaven Realm, there were many of them. However, White Sea Imperial land was an ancient power, and now I am certain that this was the 10th heavenly layer. It stood above the 9th heaven. The 10th heaven is also known as DTN, and the continent of the king is the center of the DTN. The super old sacred land should be the place where the 10 heavens Supreme Lord lived back then. Quote. As Chen Shang listened, he thought about it. When he was in 10 heavens Supreme Lord, the place where he was buried was actually very far away in rough and random profound land. I feel that the super old sacred land should be connected to the rough and random profound land, but it's very big inside. Ji Meixian continued to speak. How 10 heavens Supreme Lord died and what happened to cause DTN to shatter was not recorded. There was once a big Duan Kongbai in history. The heavenly daughter's meaning is that she has a chance of becoming the new ruler of the DTN. However, from the looks of it, the masters of this great emperor will not be them from now on. They won't even have anything from the 10 heavens Supreme Lord, but Master Yu, but there are 2. Quote. Ji Meixian was indeed a dragon among men. She suddenly thought of the possibility of Chen Shang becoming the new master of the heavens, ruling over the 9 heavens and 10 earth, and inheriting the inheritance of the 10 heavens Supreme Lord. Chapter 887. The heaven-earth killing method was not complete. Chen Shang had only acquired a small part of it, the rest of the parts were in the Emperor's tomb. The White Sea sect and the Peach Blossom sect are the current White Sea Imperial land and the Peach Blossom Imperial land. Adding on the fact that the Feng clan, the Qin family and the ancient factions in the southern regions of this land back then were all powerful, including the eastern, western, northern and central region, they existed since the primordial era, and had served the 10 heavens Supreme Lord before. Especially those surnamed families, their ancestors were generals groomed by the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord, and those sects were formed by the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord at that time, but they all betrayed the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord later on. Quote. What? Betrayed the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord? Chen Shang was a little shocked. Logically speaking, the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord was very strong. Ji Meixian nodded his head. That's what the historical records say, but at that time, the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord was not the emperor, and only ruled the land. Back then, the White Sea Imperial Land and other ancient powers not only betrayed the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord, they also attacked it together. This led to the deaths of all of the loyal subordinates beside 10 Heavens Supreme Lord. 10 Heavens Supreme Lord fought with the ancient powers for a few months, and in the end, got heavily injured and left with an earth-shattering killing intent. Quote. He hid for 5,000 years and established the heaven-earth killing method. No one knows where he found a group of strong subordinates, and at this time, the ancient powers were extremely powerful, but they were still unable to stop 10 Heavens Supreme Lord's ambition to dominate the world. In the end, when he was defeated, he hid himself. Then it was the achievement of the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord and the calming of the chaotic 9 heavens and 10 earth, bringing peace to this peaceful world. However, it only lasted for 20,000 years, and then something happened and caused the sky to shatter, turning into a mortal realm. Now that DTN has weirdly assembled them together from a new one, the quality of this world is getting higher and higher. No one knows what will happen in the future. I have entered the depths of the rough and random profound land. There are many powerful savage beasts there, and most of them are sealed. Where did these savage beasts come from? Chen Shang was extremely suspicious of this matter. I don't know, maybe it's the descendants of 10 Heavens Supreme Lord's subordinates back then, because 10 Heavens Supreme Lord is a lion, that's why the ancestors of the ancient powers betrayed him. Although this is recorded in the history books, it's still worth suspecting, because the fact that 10 Heavens Supreme Lord is a lion is something that was known by everyone back when they were in the primordial era. Ji Meixian was extremely curious about this piece of history. The reason why the Duan clan stole the tomb was because they wanted to find some clues from it. He suspected that the Duan clan's old ancestor did not betray the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord back then. You want to go to Emperor's tomb? Ji Meixian frowned and asked. Her expression told her everything. She did not want Chen Shang to enter. The heaven-earth killing method that I have obtained is the only part of it, and I can only feel a bit of it. 10 Heavens Supreme Lord's tomb is an innumerable amount of Lion Mountain. I think that maybe we can speed up our comprehension of the ground killing from there. Chen Shang said very seriously. According to the rumors, the heaven-earth killing method is the key to entering the Emperor's tomb, and it could even open the key to the Emperor's tomb. Even when she was at her peak, she would not casually go in. Now that she had already brought back her undergarment, she did not think about entering Emperor's tomb. Last time, I went in front of those Lion Mountain S with ease. It's just that I didn't discover the mechanism of those Lion Mountain S, otherwise I would have definitely been able to enter deeper in, and maybe even find them. Chen Shang actually started laughing excitedly. Ji Meixian clearly remembered that day. It was the most shameful day in her life. Back then, when Chen Shang invaded her, it caused her soul to awaken, becoming extremely powerful, and forced her to use the water escape technique to enter deep into the rough and random profound land. You really entered with ease? Ji Meixian did not believe it. The White Sea Imperial Land had sent many experts, only a few were able to come out, and all of them were heavily injured. Ji Meixian just did not want to enter the Emperor's tomb, because it would be too dangerous. But he really wanted to know what was inside the Emperor's tomb. Little maid, you dare not believe me? Chen Shang laughed. He felt that those Lion Mountain were the key to let him master the ground killing. He had to go in and take a look no matter what. Ji Meixian scoffed once more. She had already seen many of the secrets that Chen Shang was hiding, but she still felt that Chen Shang was hiding some shocking power that she did not know about. For example, Chen Zhang's divine way of cultivation had shocked her greatly. Do you want to have a look at the world with Master? Chen Shang caressed her smooth and jade-like face and asked with a smile. Ji Meixian wanted to bite Chen Zhang's hand hard, but she did not, and only turned her head away. Whatever. No matter what, I will die no matter what. Ji Meixian said. Chen Shang thought about it, but he still decided not to bring Ji Meixian in. Ji Meixian was a hidden chess piece he had placed in the White Sea Imperial Land, and was the key to control the White Sea Imperial Land in the future. He was worried that he might be trapped and there are other reasons that could delay him for a long time. You should stay. Don't worry, there are 3 beauties in my ring. In my heart, they are much more important than you. Chen Shang laughed. Oh yeah, Master, your sister wants to challenge me. Last time, she had almost been defeated by Shui Shenxian. Although she did not use her full strength, Shui Shenxian's strength was still unfathomable, and she did not use her full strength. Tell her that it's meaningless for a woman to win against a woman. It would be more interesting if she challenged a man and beat the Son of Heaven. MN, you can tell her that Xiao Chou, Yun Xiaodao, and the others are all here. It would be best if you tell her their whereabouts. Chen Shang laughed. Master, don't worry, the ancient powers do not dare to touch the people around you. The ancient powers do not dare to touch the people around you, like Yun Xiaodao and the others. Ji Meixian had been paying attention to the movements in the city these days. Do your job well. When I come back, I will definitely reward you. Chen Shang took out his Luotian gate and teleported to rough and random profound land. This time, he did not immediately open the spatial gate to rough and random profound land, but chose to travel a distance, otherwise the Luotian gate would not be able to withstand such a huge spatial energy. Pill City became much quieter, but the Bloody Thunder Mountain Sea was bustling with activity. The Shui Lei in the Bloody Thunder Mountain Sea seemed to have a spirit, and as more people came in, the Shui Lei seemed to be more concentrated. The first batch of experts had already entered the ancient forest in the middle of the Bloody Thunder Mountain Sea. Some of them had already sensed the weak spatial fluctuations and confirmed that there was a hidden profound realm in the middle. As long as they worked together, they would be able to open a door and enter the super old sacred land. Chapter 888. In the ancient forest in the center of Bloody Thunder Mountain Sea, hundreds of strong practitioners were gathered. The first batch consisted of 50 people, but there was no response even after a long time. There were also royal experts among the strong warriors. There were experts from the Blue Blood race and the Wu family. They did not want to enter the super old sacred land, they just wanted to persuade more people not to enter. However, most of the rankers would not listen. If they could confirm that there really was a super old sacred land inside, they would go in and investigate it no matter what. That was a place that the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord had lived in for 20,000 years, they would definitely leave behind a lot of good stuff. Everyone waited for 6 hours, but there was still no response. They couldn't wait any longer and once again opened a space gate. Through the door, they could see a quiet forest with a vast expanse of land. Another 100 people entered. After an hour, there was finally a reply. By using a secret technique, they were able to penetrate space and transmit information. It was actually a message for help. Everyone hurriedly opened a spatial passageway. Everyone became alert. As soon as the spatial passageway was opened, a large number of bloodied people flew out. They were actually thrown out. There were a total of 150 people, and all of them were from the second batch. All of them were badly mutilated, and each and every one of them were severely injured. Not a single one died. The wounds on their bodies were shocking. They looked like they had been inflicted from the inside out. This is a terrifying vibrating power. It vibrates within the body before shaking outwards and from the inside out. One of the elders had an ugly expression on his face. It seems like they were all instantly injured by someone. It's a sound wave or something. All the internal parts of their ears are damaged. Those bloodied people all had their flesh torn open and blood flowing out of their orifices. These people were all experts from the ancient powers, yet they were still so weak and could not withstand a single blow. It's a dragon. There's a very powerful blue dragon in there. One day, a relatively powerful middle-aged man recovered quickly and had the strength to speak. However, just as he finished speaking, he fainted again. Lan Kang had originally been taking a nap inside when a large group of loud noises suddenly came in. He had exchanged with Chen Shang for a Leihan fruit, and after fusing with it, the Thunder Soul broke the seal, allowing him to once again obtain the strength he previously had. Therefore, he did not plan to lower himself to the level of the group of little ants in front of him. But who knew that when this group of old fellows saw him appear, they would actually discover that he was a dragon, and even clamored to release his dragon blood, to pull out his dragon scales, to pull out his dragon tendons, to take out his dragon beads, to refine pills or something like that. After hearing this, how could he not be angry, turning into a huge blue dragon? However, not long after he fell asleep, more people came out. When they saw him, they wanted to skin him alive just like those guys before. Then, he did the same and retaliated with the furious dragon roar. I never thought that there would be such a powerful dragon guarding there. An old man who had consumed a high-rank pill and recovered quickly sighed. Then what about Chen Shang, this kid? Can he avoid this dragon? A middle-aged man asked doubtfully. The old man shook his head. This dragon was originally very gentle, but some people had the intention of taking advantage of this dragon and then peeling off its scales in order to anger it. Quote, "That's right. This dragon just told us to lower our voices a little, saying that we have to find a place deeper into the dead. Don't disturb his nap, but some reckless fools want to steal his dragon pearl." She was one of the first batch, but even though she wanted to skin the dragon alive, she didn't say it out loud at that time. "This is troublesome. We have angered this powerful dragon. If we enter again, we will only have one result." An old man sighed. A few of the people that did not enter hurriedly asked the spirited old woman. She was one of the few people that was able to recover so quickly. "What's the situation inside? Is it the same as in the legends?" Quote, "Is it really the super old sacred land? What do you see except the dragon?" The old granny nodded her head. "It's just like the legends, there are many mountains inside, although from afar, I can't see it clearly, but I can be sure that those are all giant lion mountains, and they should be their dwellings while they were still alive. Maybe it's connected to the emperor's tomb. If we can get rid of that dragon, we can enter deeper into the cave." An old man said. "Looks like we need to inform the fellows from the heaven realm to come down quickly. They should be able to take care of that dragon. Not only that dragon, there is also that old madman in the super martial school who is obstructing the way. This old madman must not be any more. Chen Zhang's green dragon demon slain broadsword is something that can be easily captured." Dongfang Lingyun said. He hated Chen Shang and super martial school to the bones, and whenever he thought about this matter, he almost roared out of anger. Everyone already knew the dragon's strength. If they went in again, the result would be the same as the people on the ground. Their bodies would crack and their minds would be muddled by the sound waves. Thus, they decided to return first and use a secret technique to inform the heaven realm. This place was the root of all these ancient powers, and this place was the original 10th heaven. The ancient powers allowed more and more warriors to go to the heaven realm just to expand their power and raise their strength. This was because many of the strong warriors here had been obstructed in their efforts to raise their strength, but now that the time was ripe, a portion of them could come back. As the heavenly girl, Ji Meixian knew about this matter the first chance she got. She really wanted to notify Chen Shang, but she couldn't contact him at all. The super martial school also received the news immediately. Huang Jintian had already started to make arrangements, and most of the disciples outside returned back to the super martial profound realm. Huang Jintian was completely confident now, causing both Ji Yudongchen and Wu Kaming to heave a sigh of relief. During this period of time, as long as Chen Shang is not in the super martial school, I have a way to deal with him. Huang Jintian smiled slightly. I plan to expel this kid from super martial school and push everything onto him. Great ancestor, you're going to kill my junior martial uncle. Ji Yudongchen was shocked. Wu Kaming hastily advised. Please reconsider, ancestor. If I do this, I will be scolded to death by junior martial uncle. Quote, don't worry, this brat's path is just like that. The super martial school is a whole body, and if it were destroyed because of him, I would have let down the old ancestor. Huang Jintian stroked his beard and laughed. This brat has already gone to the rough and random profound land. Seems like he has already grasped the heaven-earth killing method, and might soon enter the emperor's tomb. Don't be happy, but he is still my disciple, and he is also the junior master of you two brats. Quote, Huang Jintian was extremely at ease, he only understood his own disciple the best. He smiled. This is only a strategy to slow the battle. As long as the group of immortals doesn't attack us, give us more time, you guys might soon be able to meet your master. Chen Shang is a very kind person. If it wasn't because of fear of dragging the super martial school down, he would have already gone all out. Now that I kicked him out, I can let the ancient powers experience this little madman's fearless revenge. Quote, they're all madmen, Ji Yudongchen and Wu Kaming muttered in their hearts. Chapter 889. Chen Shang used a Luotian gate to come to the Green Summit City, and this city was the closest to the rough and random profound land. Although the inside of the rough and random profound land was hidden an endless amount of killing intent, there were still many people exploring, and some lucky people were able to obtain a lot of good things. The dangers around the rough and random profound land were not small, but it was definitely a treasure trove. There were a lot of ingredients for refining pills, medicine, and equipment, and even if one had good luck, they would still encounter some rare beasts. However, one must have the strength to kill them, otherwise they would become food for the beasts. With the advantage of the rough and random profound land in the vicinity, the expansion of the Green Summit City could be considered a relatively large city in the south. Because the distance from here to the middle was too far, the Green Summit City had also built quite a few large ancient transmission arrays. Not long after Chen Shang entered the city, he found out that he had been expelled from the super martial school. He was a little angry when he first heard about it, but after thinking about it carefully later, he couldn't help but smile. Now, I don't have to worry about dragging the burden on the super martial school anymore. I have already been expelled by the super martial school, so anything I do has nothing to do with the super martial school. Before, Chen Shang was more or less wary of implicating the super martial school. After Huang Jintian came out, the super martial school was like the sun in the sky, developing more and more. However, it still lacked a lot of power compared to the ancient powers. The super martial school needed to develop steadily now. If they could become stronger in the future, they would no longer need to fear other powers. I wonder what kind of person the Heaven Realm will send down. The Heaven Realm was much bigger than the Sacred Dan Realm, there must be many powerful immortals here. If they came here like a swarm of bees to capture him, he could only hide. It won't be too strong. Although this 10th heaven has been reborn, it hasn't stabilized yet. If it's too strong, it won't be able to go down. Only when these 10th heaven have fully recovered their original strength, can the strongest practitioners from the Heaven Realm be able to go through this place unhindered. Long Shui said. This is to say that the 10th heaven has a mysterious power that restricts the descent of strong people. Is it to prevent the destruction of this world? Chen Shang had originally planned to only come to Green Summit City to inquire about the situation. But now that he knew that he had been expelled from Super Martial School, he had a new plan. Not a single one of the rankers that he had lured to the super old sacred land were dead, and they were only heavily injured. This made him a little disappointed, but what made him happy was that because of this, he had lured all of the rankers from the ancient powers in the Heaven Realm down. Although the 10th heaven was once the mortal realm, it was still extremely dangerous in this vast and boundless land. Even immortals who came down from Heaven Realm were nothing but ants in front of these dangerous lands. The rough and random profound land near the Green Summit City was a dangerous place, it was a good place to send off the strong warriors. Chen Shang did not have any qualms anymore. He felt that it was necessary to let the ancient powers bleed for them and let them know that he was definitely not someone to be trifled with. If I find any danger in the super old sacred land, maybe I can escape. By then, even Lan Kang this dragon might not be able to fight against so many strong humans, but the rough and random profound land is different. Those savage beasts are terrifyingly powerful, and there are many mechanisms inside, especially those lion mountain killing formations. Chen Shang had already started a new plan to welcome the immortals from Heaven Realm and wash their faces. As Chen Shang walked along the street, he was thinking about his plans. But at this time, the ground suddenly shook, startling everyone. A tomb robber with the surname Duan. If you have the guts, go out of the city and fight him. His voice was filled with anger and killing intent, echoing within the Green Summit City. The Green Summit City forbade fighting. If they met with any enemies, it would be safer to hide in the city. If you have the guts to come in and fight me, I'll see if you have the guts to do so. This was Duan Sanchang's voice. As a small tomb robber from a grave-robbing family, he would feel embarrassed to say that his surname was Duan if he did not often cause trouble. A villain with the surname Duan who stole my Flying Immortal School's mausoleum. As the head disciple of my Flying Immortal School, today, I must capture you and bring you back. This was another person's voice, and it was also filled with hatred. Duan Sanchang had actually been chased by two people. It's not like C King don't know, it's my grandpa who stole your Flying Immortal Grandmaster's grave, it's none of my business. If you want to find him, then go find him. Duan Sanchang sneered. Everyone was now relieved. This was not an earthquake, but rather a huge battle that had just taken place outside of the city. Now, all of them descended onto the ground. The streets became crowded and everyone rushed to the city gate. The Flying Immortal School's origins were not small, and the Duan clan's notoriety had long spread. Everyone wanted to see how the younger generation of the two families would fight, and Chen Shang was also amongst the crowd. Flying Immortal School, I heard that this is an ancient sect just like White Sea Imperial Land, Peach Blossom Imperial Land, and Tong Tian aristocratic family. Thousand Saints Peak, Qianzan Mountain, Flying Immortal School, and Void Gate. They are known as the four great primordial sects of the south. The place they are hiding is not the profound realm, but some dangerous profound realm, so they don't call themselves sage realm. Quote, the strength of the four great ancient sects in the south is on par with Sheng domain and Tong Tian aristocratic family. This tomb-robbing son of the Duan clan, I wonder if he can defeat the head disciple of Flying Immortal School. Chen Shang almost vomited a mouthful of blood. That Duan Sanchang was actually the Duan clan's son of heaven. Guys from Qianzan Mountain, don't say that our Duan clan stole your tombs. Your tombs are not so easily stolen, otherwise it would have been long gone. Duan Sanchang said again. Qianzan Shan's men had also come, and everyone was curious, how did Duan Sanchang meet them, was he discovered while digging the grave? Duan Sanchang laughed loudly. I understand, you guys were actually jealous that I had just picked up a piece of immortal jade, which was why you guys chased me for over 2,000 li and slandered me in all kinds of ways, all for the sake of finding a justification to make a move on me, and then stole my immortal jade. Haha, it's just like the ancient records of our Duan clan. In a place inside the city gate, a sloppily dressed Duan Sanchang was facing off against two well-dressed handsome men. Yo, to think that you two were even chief disciples. Even I, Duan Sanchang, could not catch you and chased after me for a good 2,000 li. You guys are really too weak to even touch my fur. If the Duan clan isn't weak and gets sealed one after another, then you Sage Realm experts, Tong Tian aristocratic family s, no matter what sect you're from, you're just trash. Duan Sanchang ridiculed. At this moment, Chen Shang suddenly thought of a plan. He also said with a mocking tone, the four great primordial sects and those sacred realm and Tong Tian aristocratic family are all the same, when they rob others, they are all righteous. When they kill others, they are right, but when others kill them and rob them, they are said to be evil villains. Chapter 890. Duan Sanchang took a glance at Chen Shang, and did not recognize that the middle-aged man in front of him was Chen Shang. He nodded. These guys have never felt that their fart was stinky, and even smelled good from it. If you were to say that their fart was stinky, they would definitely fight you to the death. Chen Shang laughed, you're right. Brother Duan, how about this, leave this Flying Immortal School to me. I've always loved to teach these guys a lesson in my life. Don't worry, I won't kill them. Brother, please do as you please. You can just casually beat up this kind of farting spirit. But you have to be careful, those old farting spirits will definitely come out. Duan Sanchang laughed. That's for the best, I'll beat it up together. The faces of the Flying Immortal School and the two handsome senior disciples of the Qianzan sect were gloomy. Clenching their fists tightly, they could not help but want to smash the mouths of Chen Shang and Chen Shang. Hey, what's your name? My fist doesn't hit nameless people. Chen Shang slowly rolled up his sleeves. He looked like a pig slaughtering elder, preparing to kill the pig. Even the head disciple of the Flying Immortal School had never heard of him, but this man was way too inexperienced, causing people to think that he was just pretending. Chen Shang had indeed never heard of the person's name before. He walked towards the city gate. HMPH, as expected of a country bumpkin with too little knowledge. You'll know the consequences of talking too much later. My name is Hua Shangshao, so you must remember my name so that you can complain in front of the King of Hell. Hua Shabao's voice was cold and chilling, and his bone-piercing killing intent sent shivers down the spines of those who heard it. Duan Sanchang stood at the city gate, taking the chance to attack. The middle-aged man in front of him did not have a very powerful qi, he could not watch such a person die. After exiting the city gates, Chen Shang laughed, you're Hua Shabao, right? That's right. Did you remember that? He had just finished speaking. Chen Shang suddenly disappeared and reappeared in front of Hua Shangshao. That extremely terrifying speed caused everyone to feel chills run through their bodies. Chen Shang swung his fist up and down, striking Hua Shangshao's chin. The moment it collided with him, it suddenly exploded with a burst of piercing lightning light, and dozens of purple electric snakes shot out from Chen Zhang's fist. It was as if they were thunder gods that controlled thunder and lightning, possessing the supreme thunder power. After the lightning disappeared, the rumbling thunder spread in all directions and vibrated towards the distance. In that very short period of time, as if he had been struck by lightning, Hua Shabao's jaw was struck, and all the teeth in his mouth and chin had shattered. His handsome face was also charred black by the terrifying thunder power. Hua Shangshao covered his mouth as tears fell from his eyes. He never thought that Chen Shang would be so insidious, to actually make a move, but even if he was prepared, he still could not dodge. Even more so, He never expected that this middle-aged uncle's attack would be so ruthless. Your name is really hard to remember. I just forgot. What's your name? Chen Shang had an apologetic look on his face on purpose as he said sincerely, I don't know if I can trouble you to tell me again. Everyone secretly looked down on him. He had smashed the other party's mouth, yet he still wanted others to speak. He was clearly doing this on purpose. If you don't want to say it, then forget it. Although my fist does not hit nameless people, my foot does. Chen Zhang's body moved as fast as lightning, and with a whoosh, he appeared even stronger than Hua Shangxiao. He kicked at Hua Shangxiao's abdomen, causing him to scream miserably as he spat out a mouthful of blood. Duan Sanchang heaved a sigh of relief. The middle-aged uncle didn't need him to worry. He was secretly surprised at the means of the middle-aged uncle in front of him. In a battle between experts, as long as he lost half a move, he could be defeated. However, Chen Shang had been caught off guard from the start, and his speed and strength were both extremely terrifying. Hua Shangxiao had looked down upon Chen Shang from the start with a casual attitude, which was why he was taken advantage of by Chen Shang earlier, and got beaten up by him with a single punch, causing his eyes to shine, and his jaw to shatter. Chen Shang had a lot of battle experience, all of them were developed by him at Huang Jintian's place. When he was sparring with Huang Jintian, in order to win against him, he used up a lot of effort. Oh, are you pretending to be the head disciple of the Flying Immortal School to commit evil? How could he be so weak? You must not have used your full strength. Chen Shang punched towards Hua Shangxiao's face again, and another bolt of lightning shot out. Hua Shangxiao was sent flying on the spot. Hey, use all your strength, fake. Chen Shang shouted very seriously. He had already heavily injured her, yet he was still shouting for her to use her full strength. Seeing how strong Chen Shang was, the head disciple of the Qianzan sect quietly squeezed into the crowd and went into the Green Summit City to look for help. The head disciple of the Flying Immortal School was really not weak at all. Otherwise, he would not have been able to chase Duan Sanchang so far. Stop, brother, I believe that you are also someone from the older generation. How could you bully someone from the younger generation? Don't you feel ashamed? An old man suddenly appeared. He was dressed in white, his hair was white, and his face was cold. I am an elder of the Flying Immortal School. As a senior, you have injured a disciple of my Flying Immortal School. I will not let you leave so easily today. Chen Shang said innocently, I am not from the older generation, and I did not intentionally injure him. He is so weak, how could he be the head disciple of your Flying Immortal School? I only started to teach him a lesson when I saw him pretending to be the head disciple of the Flying Immortal School. Quote, you don't need to flowery words, he's actually the head disciple of our Flying Immortal School. If you are not a senior figure, how could you possibly injure him? Come with me back to Flying Immortal School to receive your punishment. The old man said gloomily. Duan Sanchang sneered. Old turtle, do you recognize me? The head disciples of the Qianzan sect and the Flying Immortal School wanted to snatch my things, what do you mean by that? Quote, the Duan clan that stole the tomb are all villains, and it is only natural to kill them. Our Flying Immortal School would never do anything like robbing them, so don't spout nonsense. The old man looked at Duan Sanchang coldly. Duan Sanchang roared. Old turtle Chu Bin, your Flying Immortal School is also not a good person, remember this, I can't beat you, but I swear, I will definitely dig out all of your Flying Immortal School's ancestral graves, The old man's name was Chu Bin, he was an elder of the Flying Immortal School, and Duan Sanchang had a grudge with this old fellow a long time ago. Brother Duan, don't be angry. These farting elites have always been like this. Today, I'll definitely smash their stinky mouths to pieces. Chen Zhang's voice became gloomy and cold. The elders of the Flying Immortal School were not weak. Was confident that he would be able to defeat them after facing the 6th Nirvana tribulation, but it would be a bit more difficult. Chapter 891. Since you want to resist, then die. Chu Bin said indifferently. He raised his sword and slashed towards Chen Shang, the sword spreading out in all directions, with killing intent enveloping everyone. Chen Shang retreated a few steps, dodging the terrifying sword chi, but the old man's movements were extremely powerful. Like a flying immortal, he surrounded him tightly, the sword pierced through the heavens, the spirit chi around the ground was like a tornado. This sword is not bad, but what a pity. Chen Zhang's face revealed a smile. Chu Bin had already thrusted his sword at Chen Shang. The sword chi was astonishing, but at the same time, it flashed with a green light. Ding! A crisp sound rang out. Chu Bin's good treasure sword actually broke. The cut was extremely smooth, and actually was sliced into two. A domineering green broadsword appeared in Chen Zhang's hands. The green dragon carvings on it were vivid and lifelike. The imposing manner was strong. This was the godly weapon used by the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord to fight against the 9 Heavens and 10 Earth, the Green Dragon Demon Slain Broadsword. The Green Dragon Demon Slain Broadsword was a divine weapon used by the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord, so news of this had already spread far and wide. At this time, many people were gathered in the cities near the Bloody Thunder Mountain Sea, preparing to attack the super old sacred land, look for Chen Shang, and snatch the divine blade. But now that divine blade had appeared in the hands of a middle-aged uncle, everyone quickly thought of one possibility, and that was that the middle-aged uncle in front of them was Chen Shang. Duan Sanchang smiled. No wonder he felt that this middle-aged uncle was a little familiar, so it was Chen Shang. You are Chen Shang. Although Chu Bin had his sword broken, he was not angry at all. On the contrary, he was overjoyed. His old eyes were burning with greed, because he already had a chance to obtain the Green Dragon Demon Slain Broadsword. As expected of a divine blade. A mortal sword is just like a blade of grass before this blade. A divine blade that can cut through metal like mud, even immortal equipment can be easily cut apart. Isn't that group of deities from the mortal realm currently in super old sacred land? But Chen Shang ran over here. Looks like that group of people were deceived by Chen Shang, haha. I heard that a large group of old fellows were heavily injured, and some of them even lost their cultivation. Those immortals should have probably entered the super old sacred land by now, so there's a chance that some of them might have perished. What a terrifying brat. He actually tricked a group of immortals. Chen Shang wiped his face, revealing his original appearance, and sneered. I already said that I am not a senior figure, and now, a senior figure like you is bullying me, a junior. You truly do not know shame. I am only seeking justice for the head disciple of my flying immortal school. While Chu Bin was speaking, he would occasionally look at the divine blade that was surrounded by green qi, and the more he looked, the more attractive he would become, wishing that he could immediately take it away. Seeing the greed on Chu Bin's face, he immediately laughed. Old dog, I think you are trying to steal my divine blade, right? Humph, this kind of divine weapon cannot display its power in your hands. This level of divine weapon is used to slay demons and exterminate devils. My flying immortal school did a great job while slaying demons, you should just leave it to us. Chu Bin's words made everyone understand what was shameless. Bullshit, you guys ran furthest away from Great War between 3 realms. Duan Sanchang sneered. If you want it, take it. Chen Shang used his strength and threw the Green Dragon Demon Slain Broadsword. The Green Dragon Demon Slain Broadsword brought a green light tail with it and flew far away. Seeing that, Chu Bin was startled, then he flew up and chased after the Green Dragon Demon Slain Broadsword. This scene made many people stunned. Many people could not believe that Chen Shang had actually handed over the Green Dragon Demon Slain Broadsword. Many people had the thought of flying out and snatching it, but they were all weaker than Chu Bin. Chen Shang, you. Seeing the smile on Chen Zhang's face, Duan Sanchang did not ask further. Not long later, Chu Bin returned. He looked at Chen Shang with anger. Where's the Green Dragon Demon Slain Broadsword? Chen Shang raised his hand, and a green light shot out from his hand. The Green Dragon Demon Slain Broadsword was actually still in his hand. Before, when I threw things out, he would always chase after me. When I saw you, I suddenly really missed my dog. Chen Shang laughed, causing everyone to laugh. Chu Bin was so angry that his face flushed red. He roared angrily and struck towards Chen Shang with his palm. Like a giant axe splitting open the mountain, he slashed on Chen Zhang's shoulder, and the berserk innate chi that was unleashed caused the ground to crack and crack. But what was surprising was that after Chen Shang was struck by that terrifying palm strike, he stood there like a statue, completely unharmed. Chen Zhang's large success of his immortal devil body had made his body like a celestial item, let alone the fact that he possessed a profound diamond armor. Humph! Chen Shang waved the divine blade in his hand, and the dragon power became like a large river as it surged out and poured into the divine blade. The Green Dragon Demon Slain Broadsword immediately glowed with azure light. The saber chi was like a dragon, and the saber chi gushed out like the roar of 10,000 dragons. The momentum was so great that it caused people's hearts to tremble. The blade edge seemed to have a strange energy as it locked onto Chu Bin. Even though he had flashed several meters away, Chen Shang still followed him. As the blade cut down, one of Chu Bin's arm was chopped off at the shoulder. It was crushed into powder under the strong pressure released by the Green Dragon Demon Slain Broadsword. Chen Shang kicked towards Chu Bin's chest, sending him flying. Then, he quickly followed suit and chopped down with his blade at an oblique angle, aiming for Chu Bin's neck. Fresh blood flew everywhere, the head landed on the ground. Chen Shang kept his divine blade and rushed to rough and random profound land's direction. He did not even turn his head back, leaving behind the rest of the people who were stunned. It's dead. This is a senior level expert, but he was actually chopped to death by Chen Shang in 2 or 3 moves. Quote, the green dragon demon slain broadsword is indeed powerful, but Chen Shang is also very strong. Just now, Chu Bin had heavily struck his palm, but he was not injured at all. He is going to the rough and random profound land. He has the divine weapon of the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord. He might be able to open the Emperor's tomb. He intentionally lured the experts of the ancient powers into the super old sacred land, then he came here and entered the rough and random profound land, all for the sake of preventing others from preventing him from entering the Emperor's tomb. What a clever move. Duan Sanchang originally wanted to remind Chen Shang a few times, but once Chen Shang ran away, he disappeared and he had to quickly hide himself as well. Chen Shang entering the rough and random profound land was just an illusion. He had merely wandered around outside for a bit, and then returned to the Green Summit City, but this time he appeared as Li Renshan. The Green Summit City had elders from the Flying Immortal School, so there must be assets of the Flying Immortal School here. He and the Flying Immortal School had formed an alliance, and if he did not do it soon, he would make the Flying Immortal School suffer, and at the same time, cause an even bigger commotion, and lure the immortals over to the rough and random profound land. There was also a medicine shop here. Chen Shang asked around and found out that there was a very dark medicine shop here, where Destiny Boxes were also selling things here. The background of this medicine store was very big. It was said to be related to the Flying Immortal School. Chapter 892. Ling Xian Shop was the largest pill shop in Green Summit City. There were many types of pills here, and all of them were complete, and their prices were much higher than Dan City's. However, Ling Xian Shop's business was still booming, and many people found it difficult to reach Dan City. The 3-story tall Ling Xian Shop was shrouded in white mist, just like an immortal pavilion. Just by standing at the entrance, one could smell the dense aroma of medicine, causing one to feel relaxed and happy. I really can't tell that this is a black shop. Chen Shang thought. The Ling Xian Shop looked very grand, as though he was a powerful industry. For the sake of reputation, these shops would usually not be lazy. He's probably someone who bullies the weak and fears the strong. He's the only one with a strong background here. If he doesn't have any strength, then the only thing he can do is endure being tricked. Su Meiyao said. Chen Shang walked into the Ling Xian shop and quickly found the place where the Destiny Box were placed. There were hundreds of these Destiny Box here. The most expensive one was 2 billion, and the cheapest one was over 1 million. Most of the people who came to buy Destiny Box were all from Alchemist, and most of them were trying to try their luck by buying some half-dead rare medicine. Amongst those expensive Destiny Box, most of them were precious high-grade spirit medicines, but they were pretty much dead. Li Renshan was quite famous in the circle of Alchemist. Previously, he had defeated a few Dan King-s in Pill City and even obtained Heaven-Earth killing method S. It was just that the streets were not covered with portraits of Li Renshan, so there were not many people who recognized his face in Green Summit City. This little brother, your flames are extraordinary. To have such skills at such a young age, I presume your pill refining skills are not weak. Why don't you buy a Destiny Box to gamble with? An old man smiled kindly, but a deceptive glint flashed in his eyes from time to time. Chen Shang had that intention. He just wanted to gamble. If this shop was shameless, he would reasonably destroy Ling Xian shop. There's actually a medicinal ingredient for the blood-cleansing poison pill, that Destiny Box worth 1.5 billion. Su Meiyao said. Long Shui had already told Su Meiyao about the unique characteristics of the Destiny Box S. The blood-cleansing poison pill was a type of high-level detoxification pill that could cure many powerful poisons. It was of little use to Chen Shang, but the value of the pills in his collection was still there. This was the pellet with the strongest detoxification ability of the middle-grade ground-level pills. They had a lot of market value. This one. When Chen Shang took down the Destiny Box, the old man at the counter was extremely shocked. Originally, he had only planned to trick Chen Shang to buy 100,000 or so million, but Chen Shang had actually taken down the 1.5 billion. Chen Shang laughed. I am here to gamble on pills. If I can refine the herbs in this box into a pill, your Ling Xian shop will have to return the 1.5 billion spar to me, and even give me a set of ingredients. The old man was startled, then suddenly thought of something. He was an alchemist, he had long heard of the great gamble in Dan City. The young man in front of him was very similar to the Li Renshin in the legends. Could it really be Li Renshin? The old man was secretly worried. When Li Tianjin's successor made such a huge bet, it was not a joke. What is your surname, little brother? The old man asked. Li, Chen Shang replied with a smile, causing the old man's legs to soften. This little kid, who had caused Dan King to lose everything, had actually come to Ling Xian shop. Chen Shang straightforwardly bought the destiny box and took out the pill furnace. The people around him had already been attracted over. It was rare for someone to bet pills. They were all very interested in waiting for the results. After the old man had a discussion with the big shots in the Ling Xian shop, he informed the Flying Immortal school and the city lord, telling them to think of a way to get rid of this evil god. Pavilion Master. Seeing a man in cyan walking over, the shopkeeper hurriedly called out. When Chen Shang came, he had already asked around. This pavilion master of the Ling Xian shop was the son of the Green Summit City. His name was Lu Kuqing. After going through the 3 Nirvana tribulations, as the boss of this dark shop, he definitely did not have a good character. After buying the destiny box, Chen Shang took out the Yanlong furnace and opened it. The blood-cleansing poison pill isn't too difficult. Chen Shang laughed. This little brother is truly worthy of being Li Tianjin's successor. Seeing Chen Zhang's expression, the pavilion master could not help but be worried. If the blood-cleansing poison pill was refined, they would have to compensate him with a high-quality medicinal ingredient that was worth more than 2 billion. Everyone in the Ling Xian shop looked at Chen Shang in shock. This handsome youth with tender skin was actually Li Renshin, who had caused such a commotion in Pill City. He actually came to the Green Summit City. Many people immediately thought of something terrifying. After Li Renshin obtained the heaven-earth killing method, he disappeared for a long time, and now that he had appeared in the Green Summit City, there was a high chance that he was here for the Emperor's tomb. When Chen Shang was at the Ding Sheng pill shop in the Pill City, he had consecutively refined all the trash medicines from the destiny box into high-quality spirit pellets. Everyone could tell from this that he had some tricks up his sleeves, and during the bet, he would definitely win the bet. Chen Shang was not feeling any pressure while concocting a middle ground level pill. It only took half an hour to concoct the blood-cleansing poison pill, causing Lu Gongqing's face to be as green as his clothes. Hee, I've won. Give the spar back to me and give me another set of good herbs. Chen Shang smiled as he held the 2 blood-cleansing poison pills. You cheated. He thought about it, but still felt that this Li Renshin, other than having the ability to refine pills, was just a little imp. Furthermore, he was being chased around by those ancient powers. He did not need to be afraid. When did I cheat? Chen Shang never thought that this fellow would actually dare to act shamelessly in front of so many people. Everyone already knew that the Ling Xian shop often played this trick, but no one dared to make a sound. With the Flying Immortal school and the city lord's support, fighting against the Ling Xian shop was equivalent to seeking death. The pill in your possession isn't something that you just refined. You are indeed cheating. You are probably using this method to swindle me in the Pill City. However, you are unable to swindle me. A white-haired old man walked in from outside. What a joke. That day there were a few Dan Kings present. They all confirmed that my pill was just concocted. Are you stronger than those few Dan Kings? Chen Shang sneered, but this was what he had been hoping for. Perhaps you were lucky that you managed to successfully refine it. Now, let's not talk about your time in Pill City. For example, the blood-cleansing poison you have concocted today, I could tell that these 2 pills were not freshly concocted. It must be a trick of yours to concoct them. The white-haired old man said. Before I came here again, I heard that this Ling Xian shop is really good at this kind of trick, and now it's true. Chen Shang laughed. Dan Alliance's alliance master is my master. Even though I am not Dan King, I have been in the field of alchemy for many years, so I definitely won't lie. A proud light flashed in the eyes of the white-haired old man. Alliance head's disciple. The background was indeed huge, and could scare a lot of people, but it was nothing to Chen Shang. Chapter 893. Li Renshin possessing the heaven-earth killing method was something that everyone knew. Even the Alliance master's disciple wanted to snatch it away, but he did not have the guts. If an old man suddenly appeared here, this Ling Xian shop would be done for, unless the Alliance master arrived. Ku Kangxin, what happened? A middle-aged man walked in. The middle-aged man was dressed in green, and his appearance was somewhat similar to that of the pavilion master. City Lord, this man cheated in Ling Xian shop, and wanted to swindle for medicinal ingredients. Luckily I managed to expose him, or else Ling Xian shop would have suffered heavy losses. He was the disciple of the Dan Alliance's alliance master, so his words had a lot of weight. Furthermore, he himself was of the pill sect's rank, an alchemist with a chance of becoming a Dan king. Chen Shang could tell that these people in front of him were in a sorry state, as if they were about to be annihilated. They were often black people here. This Ling Xian shop was just like the rumors said, a dark shop. Li Renshan is the descendant of the Dan kings Li Tianjin, there's no way he would cheat. There's no need to doubt that he would win if he had several Dan Kings with him. Lu Guanghe frowned and looked at Chen Shang. How about this, little brother, just concoct another batch of pills for everyone to see. Lu Guanghe said, okay, you said that I cheated, then do you dare to bet with me? Chen Zhang's eyes shone with a cold light as he looked at Pu Kang's letter. Pu Kangxin sneered, your cheating skills are so brilliant. How could I dare to gamble with you? Unless you use our pill furnace. Chen Shang said, sure, but your bet is a bit bigger. I've always played it big. What are you going to bet? Pu Kang's confidence wavered. When Chen Shang took out something that could make people bleed from his head, he and Lu Guanghe wanted to take action and snatch it away. Heaven-earth killing method. Everyone immediately took a deep breath. This heaven-earth killing method was a hot potato, but its value was hard to estimate. Chen Shang guessed that the Dan Alliance's chief should be from the Flying Immortal School. The Flying Immortal School was one of the ancient powers and was strong enough to swallow the heaven-earth killing method. What are you guys betting with me for? Chen Zhang's voice carried ridicule. Although Lu Guanghe was a city lord, he couldn't take out something that could compare to a heaven-earth killing method. HMPH, I knew you guys couldn't afford to gamble. Since that's the case, I don't need you to take out the bet. You just slandered me for cheating. As long as I can win, I will chop off your head. Everyone knows the value of this heaven-earth killing method. If you can't even exchange with 10 heads, you should feel honored. Quote. The muscles on Pu Kangxin's face twitched. He was infuriated. This little kid in front of him actually looked down on his head so much and belittled him so much. Forget about 10, even if there were 100 of him, he wouldn't be able to match up to the heaven-earth killing method. What's the use of having an old guy like him? This was Duan Sanchang's voice. When he received the news, he immediately dared to come. Chen Shang had just used a green dragon demon-slain broadsword to kill an elder of the Flying Immortal School, and now that he was using Li Renshan's identity to act high profile, he definitely had a plan. He wanted to press Duan Sanchang to death, but right at this moment, Chen Shang said with a sneer, are you betting or not? Using your head as the wager for the heaven-earth killing method is very worthwhile. Quote. I bet. Pu Kangxin was certain that Chen Shang only won because he relied on the pill refining furnace. Previously, he asked Chen Shang to use the furnace that they had prepared, so he was very confident. Brother Shen, they are only stalling for time. If the old fellows from the ancient powers were to come, you would be in trouble. Duan Sanchang whispered to Chen Shang. Of course Chen Shang could tell, but he was confident. He chose a destiny box, and inside it were all Iron Bone Dan's medicinal ingredients. He had refined a super Iron Bone Dan before, and he was extremely familiar with it, so refining it wasn't difficult at all. Take it, this is the pill furnace for you. Pu Kangxin passed a grey pill furnace to Chen Shang. One could tell at a glance that it was of poor quality. Even some of the alchemists present secretly despised Pu Kangxin and thought that he was actually this shameless. Many alchemists would not be able to produce Iron Bone Dan using abandoned herbs even if they used a good furnace to refine pills, let alone such a low-grade furnace. But Chen Shang did not say much. He wanted to convince the other party wholeheartedly. We have to make it impossible for Pu Kang to frame him. Chen Shang took out his supplementary ingredients. Although these supplementary ingredients were grown using Creation Divine Liquid S and were the key to refining the trash medicine into a pill, even if he did not use these supplementary ingredients, he would still be able to succeed. It was just that the difficulty would be higher. Duan Sanchang was extremely nervous. He knew that many strong warriors would arrive soon, especially those immortals who were in super old sacred land. At this time, he suddenly remembered Chen Zhang's intention for doing this. He actually wanted to lure all those immortals into the rough and random profound land, and that would be the place of true death. This fellow is too evil. If a group of immortals were to die, the heaven realm would definitely explode. Duan Sanchang's heart was thumping hard. Chen Shang started to concoct pills steadily from the beginning, which made Pu Kangxin extremely nervous. However, he had already made up his mind that he would not act shamelessly even if he lost. No matter what he said, he wouldn't give his head away. They were waiting for the big shots of the Flying Immortal School to arrive. Otherwise, when the experts of the other ancient powers arrive first, the heaven-earth killing method will run away and they would definitely be punished. Don't worry, he will need at least an hour to refine an iron bone Dan. Pu Kong replied to Lu Guang in sound transmission. But just at that moment, Chen Shang opened his eyes, opened the lid, only to see a gold light flashing from the pill furnace. He actually succeeded, although there was only one, but its quality was high. It was extremely difficult. Everyone could feel the dense fragrance of the medicine and the scorching hot air on top of the iron bone Dan. It was obvious that it was fresh from the oven at a glance. Pu Kong was extremely confident and immediately shouted angrily, "Impossible, you must be cheating. You used such a poor pill furnace and you can still refine so quickly, you must have used some unknown method. HMPH, you didn't learn well at such a young age, and are just trying to trick me, the Ling Xian shop, into coming here. Today, I will teach you a lesson in place of Li Tianjin." Quote. Everyone immediately rushed out of Ling Xian shop. Pu Kangxin was being shameless, but everyone could tell that this kind of shameless fellow was hated by everyone, because Pu Kangxin's strength and background was too strong. Not many people dared to make a sound. City Lord Lu Guanghe was also inside the Ling Xian shop. He coldly laughed, "This is intentionally causing trouble. Li Renshan, I must capture you today." Chen Shang had already anticipated this a long time ago and he was extremely calm. "Can you teach me a lesson in place of Li Tianjin? You don't even have the right to clean his shoes. You old dog, if I defeat you today, your head will be mine." Chapter 894. He was extremely jealous of Chen Zhang's alchemy skills, so he definitely would not send his head up. Moreover, he also wanted to capture Chen Shang and hand him over to Flying Immortal School to claim the credit. "You cheated, and you even insulted me. Watch this." Pu Kangxin was not weak either, but in order to avoid any mishaps, Lu Guangming and Lu Guangqing, father and son, also made their moves. However, just as they were about to move their feet, they found that their feet were entangled by something. They immediately looked down and saw several water dragons tightly entangling their feet. "Dirty dog, I've bitten your head. Ling Xian shop's black shop will disappear forever from today onwards. Those who don't want to die must quickly leave." Chen Zhang's voice was cold. Anger and killing intent surged out at the same time, filling the hall of Ling Xian shop. All the staff there were so scared their legs were trembling and they anxiously ran out. The people outside were even more shocked. This seemingly harmless youth actually had such a strong killing intent right now. Everyone could not help but suspect if it was because he was cultivating in the heaven-earth killing method. "Look, that's the green dragon demon slain broadsword," one of them suddenly cried out. His voice was full of shock. No need for him to shout, anyone outside the door would be able to see that a large green blade had appeared in Chen Zhang's hand. The blade had a green dragon sculpture and a light mist was condensing into several small dragons that were circling around the blade. Chen Shang revealed his true appearance, and upon seeing him, everyone was scared stiff. The Li Renshan who obtained the heaven-earth killing method was actually Chen Shang. He already had a green dragon demon slain broadsword and now he had a heaven-earth killing method. How terrifying was this? Chen Shang, Pu Kangxin's face was filled with shock. "You shameless old dog, you can die now." Chen Shang chopped Pu Kangxin's head off horizontally with his blade, causing blood to flow all over the floor. Everyone's eyes turned round. He is the disciple of the Dan Alliance's Alliance Master, and he was killed just like that. The Dan Alliance is about to go berserk. The Alliance Master is not a pushover. This brat has been expelled from Super Martial School, he is already lawless. Lu Gongqing, Lu Guang and the father and son were struggling. Their entire bodies were covered in blood, and their faces had a lot of blood on them, making them extremely terrified, because Chen Shang looked at them with eyes filled with killing intent. "We're the Flying Immortals." Chen Shang did not wait for him to finish speaking. With a wave of his big blade, two heads rolled down. "I have already killed one of the clan elders of Flying Immortal School. I am not afraid of killing all of you." Chen Shang sneered. Just now, these two people actually wanted to capture him. Although his strength was not ordinary, after being struck by Chen Zhang's hail magic wind and entangled by the water dragon inside their bodies, they could not move at all. "Changzi, come in quickly and copy this place down with me." Chen Shang shouted. Although Duan Sanchang was a little apprehensive, he still walked in with a smile on his face. He liked to do this kind of thing the most. Everyone scolded the two of them in their hearts. They knew that Duan Sanchang had lost very badly in Pill City, but they never thought that the two of them were actually in the same group. Duan Sanchang had purposely pushed a large group of idiots into the gambling house, causing them to lose all their money. "Brother Shen, hurry up and run," Duan Sanchang said. The Ling Xian shop had already been shot, and Chen Shang had even set a fire. "Run, how can I do that? I'm a nobody right now, how can I not enjoy myself?" Chen Shang laughed out loud. A flame came out from his back, releasing the Suzaku fire wing. He spread his wings and flew high into the sky. In a large plaza of the Green Summit City, it was filled with ancient transmission array, all constructed by the great powers. Chen Shang stood on top of a tower at the side of the plaza. What is he doing? Could it be that he wanted to destroy the transmission array? Destroying the transmission array is something that the heavens cannot tolerate. If someone just so happens to teleport here, wouldn't that mean? Right now, there are many ancient powers rushing over. Could it be that he wants to take this opportunity to destroy all of those antiques? This is too crazy. Could it be that this brat wants to become enemies with the entire world? There's nothing we can do. He has the heaven-earth killing method and the green dragon demon slain broadsword. Even if he doesn't make enemies with others, other people will chase after him all over the world. In any case, the consequences are the same. Why not let me have it? A transmission array suddenly lit up. Chen Shang immediately brandished his green dragon demon slain broadsword and released a green chi, instantly destroying the transmission array. A few elders suddenly fell out of the sky. Their bodies were all cracked and dripping with blood, falling heavily onto the ground, as they vomited large mouthfuls of blood. When everyone saw this scene, their scalps tingled. If there was a problem with the transmission array during teleportation, it would cause space to collapse and the spatial energy would tear everything apart. It was already good enough for these old fellows to be able to vomit blood. The current transmission array was an ancient transmission array, and the spatial energy it generated was extremely strong. If the transmission array was affected, the power could be imagined. Another transmission array flashed. Chen Shang slashed out again, causing a few broken corpses to fall from the sky, causing everyone to break out in cold sweat. Even if it was for free, they would not use this ancient transmission array since killing them would be too dangerous. Chen Zhang's blade was completely destroyed, and many people were able to escape from the space that had collapsed, but they were all severely injured, and most of these people were immortals. "Little bastard, I won't forgive you," an old man roared. He had escaped from the collapsed space, and after hearing the people around the plaza discuss this, he immediately understood what had happened. He immediately swallowed a precious pill to recover some of his strength. This is what happens when we snatch away the divine blade and heaven-earth killing method. Chen Shang sneered, jumped up into the sky, dove down, and smashed down with his palm towards the plaza. A green gigantic palm suddenly smashed down, like a mountain, smashing through the transmission array and the entire plaza. "You traitors are not worthy to enter the Emperor's tomb." After Chen Shang destroyed the transmission array, he threw down those words and flew towards the rough and random profound land. Less than an hour after Chen Shang left, a few elderly people appeared in the sky above the Green Summit City. They all came here using a one-way transmission array, and the cost of coming here was extremely high, because they knew that something had happened. Li Renshan was Chen Shang, and Chen Shang was Li Renshan. This news set off a huge uproar in Pill City. The people who lost really badly at that time were all cursing Chen Shang and Duan Sanchang in their hearts. Now, the various ancient powers all knew that Chen Shang was not to be trifled with. To be able to master a high-level alchemy and a few precious medicine, at the same time, possess Green Dragon Demon Slain Broadsword and Taiji Dragon Suppressed Kung Fu, and also have Heaven-Earth Killing Method in his hands, once he grows up in the future, he would definitely become a great disaster. If it was before, they could perhaps go to Super Martial School to get, but Super Martial School had already expelled Chen Shang, they could not threaten Chen Shang at all. Everyone now understood that Huang Jintian's scheme was to make Chen Shang do crazy things without any hesitation. Right now, everyone only knew that Chen Shang had entered the rough and random profound land, and that the Immortals were even considering whether or not they should enter to look for Chen Shang. They knew that Chen Shang had the Heaven-Earth Killing Method and the Green Dragon Demon Slain Broadsword. If they could enter the Emperor's tomb and obtain the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord's inheritance, then the ancient powers who had betrayed the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord in the past would really suffer. Chapter 895. After Chen Shang entered the rough and random profound land, the entire place was filled with experts, especially the immortals who just came out of the super old sacred land. They were fighting fiercely with Lan Kang inside, and most of them were heavily injured. Right now, with Chen Shang causing such a huge commotion in the Green Summit City, using such a vicious method like destroying the transmission array to injure a lot of strong warriors, he was purposely provoking them, allowing them to enter the rough and random profound land. What kind of place was the rough and random profound land? It was the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord's mausoleum, and it was filled with danger. Just by being surrounded by a large group of powerful ancient beasts, it was difficult for the experts from the large ancient powers to enter. Chen Zhang's intention was very clear, he wanted to lure them into the rough and random profound land, and cause heavy casualties. This brat is obviously going to lure us into the rough and random profound land. There are many dangers inside, and all kinds of killing array formations and illusions are spread all over. An old man's voice was filled with endless hatred, because when Chen Shang destroyed the transmission array, he suffered from severe injuries, causing him to have no choice but to eat a precious high-leveled pill to recover. That is to say that your Feng clan does not plan to enter. The little demon had green dragon demon slain broadsword and heaven-earth killing method. He was already prepared to enter the rough and random profound land. It seemed like he knew how to open the Emperor's tomb. If we don't hurry up and decide to go in, the things inside the Emperor's tomb will really fall into his hands. An old woman dressed in a white robe said in a sinister manner. Her eyes were as sudden as a wolf's and were extremely frightening. Even if Chen Shang was certain that this group of people would think this way, he believed that this group of people would definitely catch up to him. The last time he came here, he did not get discovered because he had used his transformation technique. Many old fellows were discussing, and all of them were talking about immortals. Even the leaders of the ancient powers couldn't stop themselves from talking. Their strength was far too inferior compared to these old fellows. Moreover, these old fellows were their seniors. A ray of white light suddenly flashed above Green Summit City, and a crack in space appeared. A white mist appeared, and waves of white light shot out from the white mist. It's the heavenly girl. An old man's expression changed as he whispered. The heavenly girl above heaven realm. Looking at this aura, it should be from the White Sea Imperial Land. I never thought that the heavenly girl above the heaven realm would be so strong. The old woman exclaimed. The White Sea Imperial Land both had a heavenly girl in the heaven realm and here. The heavenly girl in the heaven realm was obviously very strong, and now that she was here, it could be seen how serious this matter was. Everyone saw a gigantic white jade disc fly out from the white mist. On the disc was a round jade house that looked like it could fly from a distance. Everyone was staring at the window of the house. After the jade hut appeared, it flew towards the rough and random profound land and disappeared in a flash. I heard that this is an immortal equipment, his speed is really fast. An immortal from an ancient power exclaimed. Just then, a golden light flashed above Green Summit City, and a huge golden ship, over 100 meters long, that looked like it was forged from gold, appeared, floating in the sky. It shone with a golden light, looking extremely imposing, and there was a mighty golden dragon head at the bow of the ship. This is the stuff of the Feng clan's son, the brilliant sun dragon boat. Quote. A light voice came out from the golden ship in the sky. Feng clan people, quickly come up. The experts of the Green Summit City were immediately overjoyed, and flew towards the brilliant sun dragon boat. With the arrival of the Feng clan's real son of heaven and the real heavenly girl of the White Sea Imperial Land, it could be seen that they were determined to catch Chen Shang, seize his green dragon demon slain broadsword and heaven-earth killing method, and open the Emperor's tomb. Both White Sea Imperial Land and Feng clan had sent out their important figures, the son of heaven and heavenly girl from above heaven realm, to drive the immortal equipment and chase after Chen Shang. This caused the other ancient powers to become extremely envious. There were many ancient powers on this land, but only those who were the most powerful in the heaven realm could do so. They could only stare blankly at the land, even though they had experts who had descended from the top of the heaven realm, they were still lacking when compared to those in the Sheng domain. Rough and random profound land is in the south, but only White Sea Imperial Land and White Sea Imperial Land have moved out. Don't you think the Qin family and the Peach Blossom Imperial Land do not plan to participate? Or did they not dare to offend Chen Shang? A young man asked a tall young man wearing a copper mask beside him. The Emperor's tomb is inside the rough and random profound land. According to my analysis, even if Chen Shang possessed the green dragon demon-slain broadsword and heaven-earth killing method, it would be very difficult for him to open the Emperor's tomb, so in this short period of time, the Emperor's tomb would not be opened by anyone. Feng Clan and White Sea Imperial Land are currently trying to capture Chen Shang, and this is a grudge between them and Chen Shang. If Peach Blossom Imperial Land and the Qin family were to interfere, once Chen Shang grows up in the future, the Qin family and Peach Blossom Imperial Land would have to bear a huge loss. Feng Clan and White Sea Imperial Land will be the examples of what happened to them previously. The bronze-masked youth said. Big brother, you are also a son of the heavens in Heaven Realm, don't you want to fight against these two heavenly women? The youth asked in a low voice. We will meet again sooner or later. The 10th day, the day of rebirth, is the day when the various powers in DTN rise to prominence. Our Fire Emperor bloodline is definitely not weaker than the other ancient powers. The bronze-masked youth said. What was unexpected was that at this time, a burst of blood-red light suddenly burst out from the sky. It was actually a group of blood-red werewolves. It was actually the Blood Wolf demonic tribe. The leader of the middle-aged man had a body filled with a blood chi that shot into the sky, his eyes spurting out bloodlight as he scanned across Green Summit City. The middle-aged man raised his head and roared, and then rushed towards rough and random Profound Land. The Blood Wolf King had actually brought along a few elites from the Blood Wolf demonic clan to kill their way here. When they found out that Chen Shang was here, they couldn't wait to rush over. Brother, this Chen Shang is not so simple, will he surpass us when he grows up in the future? The teenager asked. How could our Fire Emperor bloodline be so easily compared by ordinary people? The young man with the bronze mask sneered, these fellows from Tongtian aristocratic family and Sheng domain are our opponents. There were many rankers in the Green Summit City, but none of them dared to enter the rough and random Profound Land. They only felt the danger from outside, and the reason they gathered here was to wait for the results. They wanted to see what would happen to the Feng clan and the White Sea Imperial Land in the end. In the end, Chen Zhang's calculations were wrong. He never thought that there would be such a powerful person who came down from the heaven realm, and that there would be such a powerful treasure. What troubled him the most was that he had been discovered. He was only at the periphery of rough and random Profound Land now, so he had to carefully move forward, afraid that those beasts would discover his location. However, he was not afraid of the giant dragon boat and jade house flying in the sky. Chapter 896. Ji Meixian came too. Could it be that little maid betrayed me? Impossible, she's very obedient. Furthermore, if she violates the contract, she will definitely betray her master, so how can I not know? Although Chen Shang had turned into a butterfly now, he could clearly feel a few strange divine intents locking onto him. The traders of the heaven realm are much stronger than I imagined. They have grasped some ancient treasures and can detect your aura. Ji Meixian whispered to Chen Shang. Chen Shang did not respond. He was worried that someone would notice and hurt Ji Meixian. These guys are all traders of the Ten Heavens Supreme Lord. At that time, the Ten Heavens Supreme Lord was beaten away by them, so they must have divided the wealth that the Ten Heavens Supreme Lord had accumulated in order to become so powerful. Chen Shang guessed that even though he had used all kinds of concealment methods, he was still unable to shake off the pursuers. Something's wrong up ahead, Long Shui suddenly said. Chen Shang took a closer look and realized that there was a huge cloud of fog in front of him. The fog was slowly dispersing, and he could vaguely see the Lion Mountain. Countless gigantic Lion Mountains had appeared so quickly, which made Chen Shang very surprised. When he had first seen these Lion Mountain, he had traveled a long way. Quick, look at the bottom of Lion Mountain. Long Shui said again. Chen Zhang's consciousness was not as strong as Long Shui's. Long Shui could turn his consciousness into many eyes, and could even see through them, but he could also see that underneath Lion Mountain was actually a sea of blood. The sea of blood was calm, but it emitted an endless evil aura, emitting waves of murderous intent that sent chills down one's spine. Chen Shang previously thought that his killing intent was extremely strong, but compared to the sea of blood before, it was nothing. The murderous air that soared into the sky pushed the white mist away, forming a terrifying pressure that filled the sky and caused all living things on earth to tremble. Many strange beasts suddenly roared, and every one of their roars revealed incomparable fear. Then, something even more horrifying happened. A large number of strange beasts rushed towards the sea of blood and jumped into it. What the F***ck is going on? Why is it like this? This was something he had never thought of before. At this moment, he could no longer move forward, but there were experts chasing after him from behind. The originally calm sea of red suddenly surged, waves after waves of blood lapped at the huge lion mountain, surging wave after wave of huge waves, radiating with a devilish bloody light as they majestically rushed over. This sea of blood was expanding outwards. It was like a starving beast that wanted to devour everything. The brilliant sun dragon boat and the jade house in the sky behind them suddenly stopped. After they noticed the lion mountainess, they no longer dared to approach them. Just as they decided to return, countless red clouds suddenly appeared in the sky, and thunder rumbled. Blood-red lightning covered the sky and the shui lai's rained down like a torrential rain, engulfing the brilliant sun dragon ark and jade house. It's all because of these bastards. It's probably because they were too powerful, and even used some ancient methods to investigate this place and trigger some formations. That's why something like this happened. Chen Shang cursed. The shui lai in the sky resembled the bloody thunder mountain sea. The shui lai, blood sea, and blood cloud enveloped the entire world, causing people to feel extremely terrified. At this moment, Chen Shang, who was flying in the sky, was dumbstruck as he watched the blood fall a large part of the forest. This sea is also part of the surface. Could it be that this sea is a part of the ground killing? Chen Shang looked at the lion mountain floating above the sea of blood, he looked at the clash of killing intent and the sea of blood roaring, and started to ponder. He came here to comprehend the ground killing, and now he seemed to have grasped something. It was not only the White Sea Imperial land that chased him, but also the blood wolf demi-humans. This group of evil demon who made their living from blood also became half dead from fright when they saw the terrifying sea of blood. At first, they were still very excited, but when they felt the power the blood possessed, it was already too late. A long head rushed forward and swept away all of the blood wolf army. Only the blood wolf king was able to react in time and resist the terrifying pressure. He jumped high into the sky and was not submerged by the sea of blood. The brilliant sun dragon boat and the jade house slowly descended, and the shui lai slowly weakened until a large group of people came out of them. Then, the shui lai and the blood cloud disappeared. As expected, it was these guys who made it. Chen Shang coldly snorted in his heart. You almost caused the death of my little maid. Chen Shang flew towards a lion mountain. He felt that there must be some kind of array formation that could shrink the ground, allowing them to instantly arrive in front of the lion mountain. The sea of blood suddenly calmed down and slowly retreated. It was clear that the array formation had been triggered just now, which was why there had been such a big commotion. The blood wolf evil demon that had just been submerged had now turned into bones. What was inconceivable was that the forest inside the forest was not affected in the slightest. When the sea of blood left, the forest remained as green water. The strange beasts are coming. Long Shui shouted. Chen Shang had guessed that these beasts were the descendants of the subordinates of the Ten Heavens Supreme Lord. Although they were sealed by a strange power, they were protected by the Ten Heavens Supreme Lord here. Thousands of strange mountain-like beasts started to run, as if they were about to stomp on the earth. The sound was no weaker than the terrifying sea of blood and shui lai. Chen Shang turned back into his human form and flew towards the lion mountain. At the same time, he also sent a sound transmission to Ji Meixian, little maid, come over here. Beside Ji Meixian was Bai Hai Tian Nu, a tall lady wearing a blue dress. Her face was covered with a layer of red light, and it was impossible to see her appearance clearly. Her body emitted a killing intent, showing that she was not a weak woman. What are you still standing there for? Go catch that kid. This great heavenly woman roared at Ji Meixian. Her tone was extremely bad, as though she was treating a slave. Even Chen Shang, her true master, did not treat her in such a way. This girl from the heaven realm actually dared to scold her in such a manner. Ji Meixian knew that it would be safer by Chen Zhang's side, and now that it was right beside her, she quickly flew towards Chen Shang, and behind her was a large group of Feng clan's people. All of them were not too strong, and the stronger ones were all fighting against the beasts. Follow closely, try your best to stay close to me. We will pretend to be fighting as we fly towards Lion Mountain. Chen Shang stared at the Lion Mountain in front of him. The mental cultivation method of the ground killing and a few mystical spirit grains continuously surfaced in his mind. Chapter 897. He suddenly changed his direction and flew towards another Lion Mountain. The Lion Mountain in front of him all lined up in rows after rows, looking exactly the same. There were countless Lion Mountain in the first row, but Chen Shang felt that something was wrong with some of them. These Lion Mountain all had a type of killing intent that could only be felt when his killing heart was beating. He felt that there was definitely danger near these Lion Mountains. Therefore, when he picked the first row of Lion Mountain that did not have that kind of special killing aura, he felt that it would be very safe to pass through the foot of these Lion Mountains. Chen Shang belongs to my White Sea Imperial land, please do not interfere. Ji Meixian roared. He took out his sword and stabbed it towards Chen Shang, pretending to be fighting with him. Chen Shang turned the green dragon demon-slain broadsword into a dagger and blocked Ji Meixian's long sword. If he used the dagger, he could stay close to Ji Meixian. How strong is that woman? She doesn't seem to be very nice to you. Chen Shang blocked Ji Meixian's sword while asking with his mind. This slut, order my servant around, and she has a vile attitude. Sooner or later, I will kill her. Do you want to enter the Emperor's tomb now, or do you have other plans? Ji Meixian really hated the Great Heaven Lady. The heavenly women and heavenly sons in the heaven realm were called the Great Heaven Lady and the Great Heaven Son, while people like Ji Meixian were called the Little Heaven Girl. I plan to play them to death. Right now, a lot of Feng clan and their people have died. Chen Shang saw that many people had been devoured by the gigantic beasts. Chen Shang approached a Lion Mountain. This Lion Mountain made Chen Shang feel that it was extremely dangerous, but he had deliberately approached it because a large group of people from Feng clan was behind him. Use your strongest strength to attack this Lion Mountain, and then use your fastest speed to fly towards that Lion Mountain. Chen Shang whispered to Ji Meixian. Ji Meixian immediately did as he was told and shouted lightly. He waved his sword and released a ray of sword chi that carried a vast amount of energy. After slashing out with her sword, she flew towards the Lion Mountain that Chen Shang had pointed out to be. Chen Shang was right in front of her, and she looked as if she was chasing after him. When those people who had just followed along approached the Lion Mountain that was attacked by Ji Meixian, the earth suddenly trembled. A large amount of flames gushed out of the Lion Mountain, and this 30,000-meter tall Lion Mountain was now like a gigantic blazing lion. The flames soared high into the sky, forming a fiery cloud. The fiery cloud surged as it fell down from the sky and began to bombard the group of people. Only about a dozen of them were able to escape and the rest were burnt to ashes after being hit by the burning rocks. This greatly shocked the Son of Heaven of Feng clan. Amongst those who died, many were immortals who came down with him, but now a large number of them died in an instant. Those Lion Mountains were truly terrifying. Chen Shang and Ji Meixian had long since escaped from the Sea of Flames, and entered the gigantic Lion Mountain to hide within the forest. These Lion Mountains were all like enormous lions lying prone on the ground. The highest point was approximately 30,000 meters, and every single one of them were exactly the same. The Lion Mountain was a lush green land filled with huge trees that reached into the sky. That woman's strength is not bad, and she's also very young, with only 200 to 300 years of age, she can already reach that level of strength. As expected of someone that White Sea Imperial land has his eyes on, when she comes down, all the White Sea Imperial land here will listen to her. Ji Meixian followed behind Chen Shang. She had heard that these Lion Mountain were all extremely dangerous, and the Lion Mountain she had attacked earlier proved this point. Do you think I'm ordering you around? Chen Shang laughed. This woman wants to snatch my little maid, I will teach her a lesson sooner or later. Ji Meixian did not treat her very badly. In her eyes, Chen Shang was much better than the big girl. You want to take her in as a slave? Ji Meixian asked. She is worthy to be my slave. Compared to you, she is nothing. Chen Shang laughed. Ji Meixian did not count. She was from the Yuyi Immortal Fairy, and had the blood of 2 royal birds in her body. That heavenly woman was indeed nothing compared to her, but she had still become Chen Zhang's female slave. Her talent isn't bad. If I give her some things, it won't be difficult for her to reach my peak strength from that year. Ji Meixian said again. You want me to accept her? Don't even think about it, for a woman like her, as long as I want, I can kill her and take her as my slave. I don't feel any sense of accomplishment at all. Ji Meixian was a little angry, of course she knew that after Chen Shang accepted her, he had a lot of sense of accomplishment. What are you looking for? Ji Meixian followed Chen Shang as they ran through the forest in Lion Mountain. When she heard the sounds of battle coming from outside, she could not help but be worried. That woman has a way to find me. I have to get rid of her. Your plans cannot keep up with the changes. It seems like your plans to become the Queen of White Sea won't work. Chen Shang sighed. She's here. Long Shui suddenly reminded Chen Shang and Ji Meixian. Ji Meixian immediately brought out his sword and faked an attack on Chen Shang, while Chen Shang also intentionally tried to escape. It wasn't as if he had no other choice, he didn't want Ji Meixian's relationship with him to be exposed. Leaving Ji Meixian in White Sea Imperial Land was not a bad thing. Chen Shang quickly rushed to the front of a gigantic monument with a few words written on it. Although he did not know what was written on it, he smashed it with one punch. It's still too late. Chen Shang already felt that a few people had landed on this Lion Mountain. When he smashed the gigantic 10 monuments, the Lion Mountain suddenly trembled. At the same time, a tall lady in a blue dress and 2 handsome men in golden armor appeared beside him, surrounding him tightly. Chen Shang belongs to our White Sea Imperial Land. The woman in the blue dress spoke coldly. Her voice carried a sense of power. Her face was still hidden by the light rays, and it was impossible to see her features. One of the golden-armored men released a burst of killing intent. The hatred between Feng Clan and Chen Shang is not small, and he was the first to provoke us, Feng Clan. Chen Shang was calm. The 2 golden-armored men from the Feng Clan and the heavenly girl from the White Sea Imperial Land were indeed powerful, but he did not know what level they were at. In short, they were not weak people in the heaven realm. Go and give him 2 slaps. I don't like his current calm look. The blue-dressed lady said to Ji Meixian. Hurry up, didn't you hear what I said? The blue-dressed woman was furious. Her jade palm was like lightning as she ruthlessly slapped Ji Meixian with her palm, sending him flying and crashing into a big tree. Chen Shang was furious in her heart, hitting her little maid right in front of him, but Ji Meixian remained calm instead. She was also extremely angry in her heart, wishing that she could tear her big sister into 8 pieces. I say, all of you, let's talk after we leave this place alive. If you don't believe me, you can fly to the sky and see where this Lion Mountain is. Chen Zhang's voice was overcast. He really wanted to kill this heavenly girl. The gigantic stone tablet that Chen Shang had broken just now was still here. The great heaven lady and the 2 Feng Clan men suddenly thought that it was very likely that Chen Shang had activated some array formation to move the Lion Mountain. That was likely the reason why the Lion Mountain was shaken back then. Chapter 898. Chen Shang had originally planned to activate the mechanism of the Lion Mountain and let the Lion Mountain teleport away. This way, he would be able to temporarily free himself from the powerful heavenly women. He did not expect that these people would arrive so quickly, but he was not worried. The array had already been activated, and the Lion Mountain had moved to the center of the countless Lion Mountain. They were trapped to death here, and only he knew how to get out. The ground killing did indeed contain many things, and this was something that Chen Shang had comprehended bit by bit after he had entered. Right now, he could feel that this Lion Mountain was filled with a type of spatial energy, capable of exchanging places with other Lion Mountain. When she saw that there were countless Lion Mountains all around her, her expression became extremely ugly. She had a greater understanding of the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord than Ji Meixian, and knew very well how dangerous it was to be trapped here. At this moment, the 2 golden-armored men flew into the skies, their faces the same as the blue-robed woman's. My life is cheap, so dying here is fine, but you guys are different. In the huge heaven realm, there are young elites here, and they are the favored ones of the heavens. If you guys were to live in this kind of damned place, then it would truly be a pity. Chen Shang said calmly. Bang! The golden-armored man's body suddenly exploded into a cloud of smoke. The blue-dressed lady was shocked. She anxiously brought Chen Shang to the ground. Brother! At the same time, a golden light flashed, and the man immediately fell to the ground, avoiding that terrifying golden light. Now they all knew that it was impossible to fly out. As long as there was someone in the air, a mysterious force would appear. Chen Shang secretly laughed in his heart. He did not expect one to die so quickly, but he was still respectful to that kind of power. Everything here was set up by the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord before he died. Even the experts from the heaven realm were not able to resist it, and they all turned into ashes in an instant. Seeing Chen Zhang's calm appearance, she knew that Chen Shang was planning to play the Great Sky Woman and the Great Sky Sun to death. Brat, quickly get me out of here, or else I'll make you want to die. The voice of the woman in the blue dress was very vicious. Zhao Yi profound, what do you mean? Just take you out. The handsome face of the golden-armored man was filled with gloom and rage. Feng Zi profound, do you want to fight me? Chen Shang was the first one I caught, so of course he's mine. Zhao Yi profound took out a sword. How could he possibly belong to this woman? Hey, if the power of the attack is too strong, we will all die. This is the Emperor's tomb, you have to stay quiet. Chen Shang said. What he said was the truth. If the 2 of them were to fight, it would definitely cause his death. Zhao Yiprofound raged, and pointed the sword straight at Chen Zhang's throat. It's all because of you, you little bastard, causing me to fall into Emperor's tomb. If you can't bring me out, I will definitely let you live a life worse than death. Chen Shang laughed coldly. Damn bitch, do you really think I'm afraid of you? This is the first time I've seen you and you want to catch me. If you didn't want to capture me, would I have had to take such a risk? This is all your fault. Quote. What did you just curse at me about? Zhao Yiprofound slightly bullied her chest. This was the first time someone had scolded her like this. Damned bitch, Chen Shang shouted. You bunch of bastards, why are you snatching my green dragon demon slain broadsword and heaven earth killing method? These are all things I have, you only know how to plunder, don't tell me that you created this, it's bullshit. These are all things that belong to the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord, and your ancestors were all traitors that betrayed the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord. I have obtained these things by fate, so I will definitely help the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord eliminate the remnants of you traitors. Chen Zhang's every word was like a blade, his voice was like thunder, his body releasing traces of black qi, which could clearly be seen killing intent. He released all the killing intent from his body, venting his hatred towards the ancient powers. Previously, even if the people here did not know that he was a green dragon demon slain broadsword, they would still want to snatch his blade. Stop. Zhao Yiprofound was furious, but he did not dare make a move against Chen Shang, because she was currently feeling a wave of anger that overflowed to the heavens, and that aura could not help but cause her knees to bend, and she abruptly knelt down. Feng Ziprofound was the same as Zhao Yiprofound, kneeling down on the ground unknowingly. That peerlessly powerful aura made people kneel down and acknowledge him as their master. TL. At this time, Chen Shang could only feel that the slaughter god's hand on his hands were trembling. The aura was being released from the white tiger gloves, not the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord's aura. He suddenly had a faint feeling about the relationship between the four symbols' divine weapons and himself. Originally, he wanted to take out the green dragon demon slain broadsword S and kill the two people in front of him, but as the imposing qi dissipated, Zhao Yiprofound and Feng Ziprofound stood up with faces full of anger. Don't even think about making a move on me. As long as I die, you all will definitely not be able to live. As you all have seen just now, the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord's remnant souls are here. The only reason I didn't kill you all was because I wanted to leave as well. Although Chen Shang lied all over, looking at his current expression, it was as if he was speaking the truth. Just now, both Zhao Yiprofound and Feng Ziprofound had felt that kind of terrifying power, and it made them feel that they were not even comparable to ants. Especially that kind of terrifying killing intent, it made them completely certain that that was the aura of the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord. A mere mortal wants to negotiate with me. Wishful thinking, Zhao Yiprofound shouted coldly. You're too high up, you don't eat the fire and smoke of the mortal world. Then, you can go out by yourself. What little mortal? When he was in Sacred Dan realm, the dragon he killed was definitely stronger than Zhao Yiprofound, and he already had two ways to kill Zhao Yiprofound and Feng Ziprofound, but he planned to use these two methods to help him explore the Emperor's tomb. It wouldn't be too late to kill it after it had lost its value. You want my green dragon demon slain broadsword and heaven earth killing method, but I can tell you the truth, the heaven earth killing method has already fused into my brain, the stone tablet is gone. If I had died, the green dragon demon slain broadsword would have been free to choose whether to follow me and dissipate, or search for its master. However, based on the current situation, the green dragon demon slain broadsword would definitely not follow the descendants of traitors like you. Quote. The heaven-earth killing method was recorded on a stone tablet, but no one had been able to decipher the contents within the stone tablet for many years. Later on, everyone realized that as long as they had enough killing intent, they could make the stone tablet recognize them as its owner, and the heaven-earth killing method would enter into their own minds. Just a moment ago, Zhao Yiprofound and Feng Ziprofound had seen Chen Zhang's terrifying killing intent, and now, they did not doubt Chen Zhang's words at all. Otherwise, Chen Shang would not have known about the mechanisms within the Lion Mountain. Chapter 899. Zhao Yiprofound and Feng Ziprofound were extremely unreconciled in their hearts. They had gone all out, and had suffered numerous casualties in the past few days, but in the end, they were unable to obtain the two things that they wanted to snatch. Even if they caught Chen Shang, they would not be able to get anything. Green Dragon Demon Slain Broadsword were called divine weapons. They were not refined by the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord. They were extremely powerful. If not for the fact that they were selected by the Green Dragon Demon Slain Broadsword, it would not be easy to control them, and they might even die from the backlash. HMPH, don't blame me. From start to finish, it's your own fault. You're greedy, shameless, despicable, like bandits, but now, you know that the things you want to take will absolutely not be with you. Chen Shang laughed out loud. Chen Shang had known about this from the beginning, but he did not say anything. Letting those ancient powers continue to target him, this way, it would be perfectly justifiable for him to counterattack. Moreover, it would cause the ancient powers' reputation to turn bad, and now, those ancient powers were all linked to the Devil Realm by many people. In the end, everything came to naught, and he was even scratched all over. That was why Chen Shang was smiling so happily. Once we leave this place, everything will be over. Feng Ziprofound's face was full of hatred, wishing that he could kill Chen Shang right now. Chen Shang laughed. Will it really end? If DTN was reborn, would the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord be reborn? You traitors, can you escape? Quote. Feng Ziprofound's heart trembled, and said coldly, as long as we kill you, the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord's inheritance will stop, and in the future, there will be no more people like the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord that will appear. Chen Shang shook his head and laughed lightly. That is not what I meant. I was talking about 10 Heavens Supreme Lord being reborn. Look at this Emperor's tomb. What do you think the consequences would be if the strongest group of people from Heaven Realm were to come here? Although the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord is already dead, the power here is still great. Quote. Chen Zhang's meaning was very clear. These Lion Mountain represented the power of the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord, and his death had always been a mystery. How do we get out? Zhao Yiprofound calmed down. The white light on her face suddenly scattered, revealing a mature and beautiful oval face. Her beautiful face was extremely cold, and when her beautiful eyes looked at Chen Shang, there were traces of killing intent. The spiritual energy here is very dense, and I still have some medicinal pills with me. I'm very young, so I want to cultivate here for a while. Chen Shang said lightly. Brat, don't play tricks on me. You have to bring us out. Zhao Yiprofound once again pressed his sword against Chen Zhang's throat. Chen Shang said with a cold smile, I'll bring you guys out, then you guys can kill me. Unless you swear that you will not kill me or capture me after you leave this place, I will feel wronged and die together with you here. Zhao Yiprofound really wanted to pierce through Chen Zhang's throat, but her sword was suddenly grabbed by Feng Ziprofound. Feng Ziprofound had to go out and tell Feng Clan about the Green Dragon Demon Slain Broadsword and the Heaven-Earth killing method, otherwise, Feng Clan would suffer even more losses for these two things. You'd better not kill him. Feng Ziprofound took out a long blade and pointed it at Zhao Yiprofound. Alright, I swear. Chen Shang cut her off and said. Swear on the blood oath, using my mouth to swear, I can send 10 every day. Feng Ziprofound was the clearest. He slashed the long blade on his wrist and spat out a mouthful of blood, then controlled the blood to transform into a ray. He recited the oath, and every time he opened his mouth, a red word would come out from his mouth and assimilate into the array. Zhao Yiprofound bit her red lips and did the same. She gave her a blood oath as it was often used on Heaven Realm, only those with immortal strength could use it. This was what Su Meiyao and Bai Yuyu had told Chen Shang. Feng Ziprofound and Zhao Yiprofound were extremely powerful in the Heaven Realm, and had always been high and mighty in terms of power. But now, they had to obey Chen Zhang's orders time and time again, which made them very angry, but they had no other choice. After Feng Ziprofound and Zhao Yiprofound finished their blood oath, they revealed a happy smile, causing the two of them to be filled with anger. Don't play any tricks, or I'll kill you here. Zhao Yiprofound said coldly. The blood oath only said that if they did not kill Chen Shang, they would not kill him, but it did not say that they could not kill him inside, thus Zhao Yiprofound and Feng Ziprofound were not afraid of Chen Shang playing tricks on them. Okay, now what we need to do is to wait. This Lion Mountain will be moved 10 times, just now was for the first time, after the 10th time is over, we can go to another Lion Mountain and search for a way out from those Lion Mountain. Actually, he could already go to the other Lion Mountain to look for a way to return, but he planned to get closer to them and see what they looked like from the outside. What if we go to the other Lion Mountain right now? Ji Meixian asked. Only death awaits you all. Before this, all of you should have seen the Lion Mountain that has turned into Flame Lion. You should all be aware of the terrifying might of that flame. As far as I know, of the 100 Lion Mountain inside, only one of them is safe. What Chen Shang said was all true. He had destroyed the stone tablet and obtained the knowledge of the ancient words on the tablet. Of course, I can't guarantee we can leave within a short period of time. Right now, I can only guarantee that we can safely walk around here and go to some safer Lion Mountain. As for when we can leave, I'm not sure either. Initially, I had already intended to stay here alone for many years, and only after I have completely grasped the heaven-earth killing method would I be able to leave. Chen Shang said. After hearing what he said, Zhao Yiprofound and Feng Ziprofound's face darkened. They wanted to kill Chen Shang in one slash. Bitch, after we get out, we'll catch this little bastard. Zhao Yiprofound whispered to Ji Meixian. Ji Meixian was secretly furious in his heart, and replied, yes. Damned bitch, sooner or later I will let you know the consequences of finding out about my Yi Immortal Fairy. Ji Meixian thought. Ji Meixian sent a sound transmission to Chen Shang, informing her of the order he had given her. Chen Shang secretly laughed, letting Ji Meixian capture him. This was simply too funny. It will only move once every 6 hours. You just have to wait. Chen Shang was not anxious at all as he took out the pill furnace and began to refine the pills. Right now, he had to prepare to break through to the top grade ground level. He had to master the third and even fourth stage of foreseeing alchemy. Now, he was going to practice using a few low-leveled pills. For example, the 9 quenching body Dan, he used the third stage of foreseeing alchemy to refine this pill, but he failed again and again. Let's practice with the Zon Beast pills first. I'm almost done eating my snacks. Long Shui called out softly. Little naughty dragon, your storage magic treasure has more snacks than this mountain. Don't think you can deceive me. Chen Shang was very clear about Long Shui's habit. There were a lot of abandoned spirit medicines in the serene jade ring, and those medicines' quality was not that high. In the end, all of them entered Long Shui's pocket. Chapter 900, Zhao Yiprofound and Feng Ziprofound stood at the side and watched Chen Shang concoct pills. When they had captured Chen Shang, they already had a lot of information regarding him, and they also knew that the young Chen Shang was able to concoct a few middle-grade ground-level pills. He was a great pill refiner. If such a person were to mature, he might even become a 10 Heavens Supreme Lord. Even Zhao Yiprofound and Feng Ziprofound would want to snatch away the high-grade medicinal ingredients in Chen Zhang's hands. This pill furnace is no ordinary item. Zhao Yiprofound had been in the heaven realm for many years, and he could tell at a glance that Chen Zhang's pill furnace was extraordinary. That's right, this is a Yanlong furnace. What, you want to take it away? Chuckled. His consecutive failures in concocting pills made Zhao Yiprofound and Feng Ziprofound unable to help themselves from suspecting his alchemy level. Ji Meixian also felt very suspicious. The Yanlong Furnace S. This furnace was very famous in the heaven realm. There was no way Zhao Yiprofound and Feng Ziprofound wouldn't know about it. They were already very surprised. Where did you come from? Zhao Yiprofound took a deep breath. This is Heaven Realm's master refiner. Yan Longzi refined it with the fire dragon blood jade 1,000 years ago. He originally planned to give it to Dan Immortal, but that Dan Immortal suddenly went missing, and in the end, that Yanlong furnace landed somewhere else. Chen Shang had obtained it from the mortal world. That mortal world was also very mysterious. It had suddenly disappeared before the Great War between 3 realms even arrived, and his father was still there. However, many people said that nothing would happen to the mortal world, and that they would be able to return after going to a place from my hometown. Chen Shang laughed. It's very possible that I will become a Dan Immortal in the future. Don't you guys want to curry favor with me? Beautiful and talented women like you are always popular wherever you go, but you are only popular. It's not easy to get your hands on high-grade pills. Quote. You frog at the bottom of the well, my Feng clan has a Dan Immortal, is there a need to fawn over a mere mortal like you? Feng Ziprofound said in disdain. Hee, so what? Your Feng clan is so big, then does that mean that your Dan Immortal will only serve you alone? This is impossible, the pills you get are all trash left behind by those old fellows. However, if you choose to rely on me now, you will be my first subordinates. Chen Shang suddenly shook his head. But I will never let you become my subordinates, you can only be my servants. Your ancestors once betrayed the 10 Heavens Supreme Lord, I do not trust you. This woman can barely be my slave, so just forget it. Quote. Just as he finished speaking, he had a blade and sword at his throat. Feng Ziprofound and Zhao Yiprofound were enraged by his words. Ji Meixian also felt a little uncomfortable. Back then, Chen Shang had also said something similar to her, and now she was really Chen Zhang's female slave. I was just joking, don't take it seriously. Chen Shang laughed, he had seen quite a lot of these two people as his slaves. Other than having good aptitudes, there wasn't anything else of note, but Ji Meixian was different. Just concoct pills honestly, if you dare spout nonsense again, I'll cut off your tongue. Zhao Yiprofound's voice was ice cold and incomparably furious. The little demon in front of her actually wanted to take her in as a female slave to be ravaged by him. Chen Shang obediently continued to refine pills. Now, he knew that the pills in the heaven realm were also lacking. If he was able to concoct the commonly used high-rank pills, many of the old fellows would have to kneel for him. The 10th vibration of the Lion Mountain meant that it was moving forward for the 10th time. Chen Shang put away the pill furnace and became serious, because they were about to leave the Lion Mountain very soon. After the 10th move, would there be a 11th move? Will this Lion Mountain return to its original position? Zhao Yiprofound pulled out his sword and pointed it at Chen Shang. Chen Shang looked at her coldly. If you think it's like that, then continue to stay in this Lion Mountain. Also, if you point your sword at me again for no reason at all, you'll never get out. Quote. Chen Shang and the others also felt goosebumps on their skin at this moment. They followed very closely behind, and since they couldn't fly, they could only run down the mountain. Walking down from this Lion Mountain, Chen Shang said in a serious tone, walk in a straight line, and head straight towards that Lion Mountain. He pointed at a Lion Mountain in front of them and started sprinting. If you looked carefully, you would be able to see that there were many small and profound spirit grain carved on the bricks. The three of them did not dare to be careless, and followed closely behind Chen Shang. The entire journey was very peaceful, but when they sprinted, they felt their hairs stand on end, because waves of cold wind blew over. The whooshing sound of the wind was like the howls of demons in hell. That kind of bone-piercing coldness made even Zhao Yiprofound feel extremely uncomfortable. There was a Lion Mountain on all four sides of each Lion Mountain, and they were separated by thousands of meters. But now, Chen Shang and the rest felt that they were miles away, and even after running for 2 hours, they were still unable to reach the Lion Mountain on the other side. Don't worry, we're still safe. If we were in danger, we would have died long ago. When he closed his eyes, he could see a golden light on the ground that led to the Lion Mountain opposite him. This meant that this road was safe, and if he walked out of the area other than the golden light, he would fall into another vast space. They turned around and looked at the distance that seemed like it was only 3,000 meters, but they had actually been running for 2 hours. If it was in a normal situation, they could have easily crossed this distance in just a short amount of time. However, the most shocking thing was that the Lion Mountain they stayed in earlier was burning with a light blue flame. Zhao Yiprofound felt chills run down her spine. She had planned to stay in the Lion Mountain and wait for the 11th move before returning to her original position. She now understood that the Lion Mountain inside wasn't simple. What's next? She no longer dared to doubt Chen Shang, and furthermore, she knew that the Lion Mountain she was in wasn't safe. Let's find the stone tablet on this mountain first. That stone tablet is the thing that will guide us to the next Lion Mountain. It can also guide us to the safe Lion Mountain. Chen Shang said, if they had not left the Lion Mountain just now, nothing would have happened. As long as he was still up there, then the Lion Mountain would be safe. This Lion Mountain was the same as before. Green trees covered the sky, and the forest was filled with dense spirit energy. There was a sweet smell in the air, and there were many beautiful wild flowers along the way. He found the stone tablet. Just like last time, Chen Shang shattered it with a single punch. This stone tablet will appear in a month's time. Now, I have to properly digest the contents of the stone tablet. Chen Shang closed his eyes and analyzed the ancient characters.